Hello and welcome back. I realize I have to do this twice today now. All right, hello and welcome back to King's Campaign: The Signs, where we last left off. The Black Circle finally began to make their way into Westershen to retrieve their fallen comrades. The heroes went to grab Muna, the final member, and bring her back to Westershen, the major city, and lock her up elsewhere. During a meeting with a single council member, the Council of Westershen, the players tried to reason with the councilmen as to why they have these prisoners here, and they're trying to bait out the rest of the Black Circle, the evil terrorist-esque group that has been going around causing a lot of trouble. However, what happened was, it turns out the councilman was at knife point the whole time, as Isaiah, another Black Circle member, had already arrived, revealing they have found all the members except for the ones imprisoned in this city. The Black Circle tried to negotiate, but the players asking them to turn themselves in was met with non-agreement. So the prison was assaulted. The players fought hard. However, through discussions, a couple of which, specifically the two that join me right now, Bjorn and Rizzler, decided perhaps it's worth at least hearing out what the Black Circle has planned for the world and maybe allowing them to go through with their ritualistic plans. So for the first time ever, the party turned on itself. Of course, no lives were lost. However, the Black Circle won the encounter thanks to the help of its temporary comrades. And so now we stand on a new day. Specifically, 2 days after the assault on the prison in Westershen.
Oh.
The new party now travels along a gloomy swamp-like forest area. Not much has been said in the traveling from the prison. Just some long nights, some short time to rest, and the two of you are now accompanied by the 5 primary members of the Black Circle. They eventually found Muna and brought her with, though what happened to Nefot has not been explained. You can assume he's still alive, you can hope anyway. And so now it is early dawn on the second day since you have unintentionally betrayed the others. As you make your way through the forest, the crunching of the leaves and grass under your feet, you feel a cool breeze as the weather begins to slowly shift from summertime to the fall season. You are now in the woods, and you don't even know where you're going right now, the two of you. You are all just kind of following Kristoff in the lead. He has yet to tell you where you are going.
Yeah, well, I will definitely be walking up to Kristoff and saying, so, now that we seem to have everything you need, where are we off to?
Rest assured, we are heading to a secluded location in the middle of the woods, one of our underground hideouts, if you might call it that. There we have our underlings quick at work. They are quickly identifying the locations of all the items I will need to perform the ritual. Thanks to your efforts, I have my team back together. Acquiring these will be mere child's play now.
That reminds me, we didn't see how you managed to find and bring back Muna. What exactly did you do to find her?
I was locked up in a cell myself. As for the rest of you, how were you able to acquire our friend?
It was simple. I told Strontar to chase the drow and find information. It is up to him to reveal that. It didn't take much. I engaged in some spy work for the first time in a long time, learned from the best. The drow was easy to take down, don't worry, his life still lasts in this world. Though he didn't put up much of a fight, it seemed, as if he was prepared to lose that battle. She was quickly obtainable from that point on. I had coordinates from a map he had on him.
Well done, I must say. Strontar, you are becoming quite the valiant warrior all on your own. You don't even need my guidance anymore.
Well, I suppose as long as no lives were lost, I can't ask for much more than that.
Indeed. I made you a promise no lives would be taken in our journey from henceforth, and it is a promise I intend to uphold as much as possible. We seek to do away with the darkness in this world, purging it of its vileness, its weakness. The innocent lives must still be protected, of course. That is the way of a true paladin.
This ritual of yours, despite the fact that you've promised that you do not intend to take any more lives, what exactly does your ritual intend to do by purging?
As a matter of fact, I wonder that very same thing. I only know a very basic formation of it. The book I read about it in did not give me much information. It spoke of somehow drilling into the crust of the earth and infilling it with new life. Through this, it would help uncover natural corruption in the world, through the sickness that lies within certain individuals, as well as the ailments the planet itself has. I can at least tell you once we get to the headquarters exactly how the ritual will go, although the truest outcome I do not know. I just know it is supposed to improve upon the world, not destroy it.
Aaron is kind of confused by that. Like, that doesn't really vibe with how he kind of understands the world to work. And it definitely seems a lot different from what he expected. Like, he kind of expected this to be like, I guess, more of like a, bringing something into the world that was going to purge the darkness through either killing or through, some sort of magical means. But it sounds like they're trying to like get down to like a fundamental like root of evil type thing, which is definitely not what he expected.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people would kind of assume, that like you would think he'd want to summon the Dark King or something. But
and you do this through the will of the Dark King. This is what he wants.
Indeed. He does not tell me what to do. He simply advises me on what is necessary for the world. I was alone for quite some time, in nothing but a heaping pain, a shell of my former self. But thanks to him, I have discovered actualization in this world. I now have a purpose. Soon the two of you will as well, by joining us. A true purpose in making this world a better place. That is what the Dark King wants. He seeks to help us free ourselves from the shackles of what we deem is peaceful, but which is actual corruption in this world.
If your ultimate goal is to drive out corruption through some other means, what was the point of all of the destruction from before?
Everything that I have done has been for good reason. Wrestler, kill your roommate. He's annoying me.
Oh, sorry.
Everything I have done has been for a very good reason. You see, the various religious members that we were forced to assassinate, they were the ones who would have gotten in the way of the ritual. They had the capabilities of disabling it. They believe the gods that they pray to, the ones who speak of law and order, are the same gods that fought over this planet a long time ago, seeking to use us as chess pieces rather than giving us our own individual freedom. Perhaps they did not need to die. However, I knew no matter what we did, they would not cease standing in our way. At the time, our foolish, naive behavior led to blood being spilled. But I believe it a necessary cause.
Well, I suppose that's where you and I differ after all. I cannot deem bloodshed necessary.
Bloodshed is always necessary in the times of conflict. The world seeks to undo what we are trying to do. They seek to prevent us from our mission. I want this world to be better, where these hands no longer have to slay opposing factors. But until then, I will take up arms. Indeed, we have all been warriors at some time or another. We do this for the greater good. Many choose to bat an eye and turn against us. You chose to at least hear us out.
Keep in mind, Keep in mind, we all sought to do good at some point or another in our lives, and we are all turned on by this world you deem perfectly fine as it is. So you can see where the hypocrisy of it all comes through.
I've never once said that this world is fine as it is. However, I wish to see methods that are less violent and destructive be implored to make this world a better place.
Alas, the means to true happiness and glory are met by standing upon the bodies of those that have fallen to make it so. You are a noble man, Bjorn, but there is a reason I broke my oath, because the path of innocence and forgiveness can only get you so far. Action is what is required. Speaking of action, after several days of travel, we are finally here. and you actually spot a moderately sized, like, hole in the ground. It's apparently dug up by a ton of dirt. And inside is a small bunker of sorts. And you guys simply walk down this gravelly hill. There's torchlight inside. As you go inside, there are about a dozen or so cloaked figures. They have a symbol of what appears to represent the black circle on them. They are currently just moving around various boxes and sacks until one turns, and they all march up and take a kneel. The Masters of the Dwelling has returned. Speak to us your wisdom, Lord Kristoff. It is good to see you all again, and it's nice to see our numbers have increased since the last time I've been here. He begins to place his gloved hand upon each of their heads lightly, almost giving them some sort of blessing. The Dark King and his wisdom flows through each of you, for you have chosen to follow his ways. He will be branded an evil being just by the speech he gives us, but through my guidance and leadership, we will all make this world a better place, as you were. And they get back to work. I know our home here isn't very much, but we have these bunkers all across the continent of Caldurum for occasions like this when we were finally all brought back together. And the various members start to spread out, and they are overseeing the various activities going on. Feel free to take a moment to rest up. In about a half hour, I will be speaking to all of you about what our next step is.
Well, I suppose I've been in worse locations.
So you guys can like short rest if you want. Technically.
Yeah, I do want to kind of sit down and talk with Rizzler for just a second.
Yes, by all means.
I know I've said it before, but I do appreciate you coming along with me. I know this isn't the most ideal of circumstances, given that we have... and he kind of struggles to say this, but at the end of the day, he's going to admit it. Betrayed our friends. However, I do believe that this is the best course of action, at least until I can figure out a better one.
There isn't much that I can say to that, but I do believe we can find some way to make this better and not go through a bunch of bloodshed.
Just hope the rest of them will understand. And don't get me wrong, I think they are pure. I think they have the purest intentions, but over the past few weeks, months, however long we've spent with them, I can't help but think that perhaps maybe they suffer from some of the same things that we've seen corruption in other parts. Maybe that Kristoff and some of the others, maybe they're right. Maybe there are people who just cannot be swayed through words alone.
Perhaps. But I don't know. I just need to keep an eye on them and gather resources on what they intend to do.
That's why we're
and
here.
Then make up a better decision on if I want to keep going down this path or find them and take them
I did
down.
not want to make any rash decision without at least hearing both sides first, and that's what I intend to do. If their plan stands in opposition of what I ultimately want, I will do my best to put a stop to them.
And I will be right behind you in
Thank you, my
the
friend.
efforts of taking them down.
All right.
Okay, so through short discussion with each other, you kind of just watch as the various members in the bunker move about. They're moving supplies. There's some weaponry that doesn't look all too intimidating, but they're fixing up, polishing it, and such. There's a big map on the table that you see Kristoff staying at. He's setting up like little points of interest on it. A couple of the circle members are just resting up. After a good 35-40 minutes or so, Kristoff brings his hands up and you see everyone go silent as they turn and head over to the main table. I assume you would do the same and head over there by Gather one and all. Now that the primary circle members are all together, we can move forward with Phase 3. The ritual I have read about is called Realm Resurrection. I require 3 specific items in addition to a specific location. Once all are obtained, we will be able to activate the ritual once the moon is full. Through this ritual, we will be able, and you can see they're all looking at him with like wide-eyed glory, like they just think he's the greatest thing, what he's telling them. Together we will be able to bring rebalance into this world. Though the Dark King's methods are a bit unspecific with us, his full intentions are just, making this world stronger, able to combat any threat that comes before it, purging out the corruption that plagues the lands, and keeps people in poverty, keeps them weak and relying on others, unable to save themselves. So here is what I will require. The first, and he points to like one of the spots on the map, down here, in the southernmost area of Koldurum, it's somewhere along the southern border, there happens to be an ancient red glowing stone. Its properties allow it to float, but anyone who touches it gets a zap from it. Although it is quite dangerous, it has immense power in it. It is the key to activating the ritual. It has fallen into the hands of a contact of mine. However, he will only talk to subordinates of mine. Whoever I send will be giving them this letter, and he will pass it on to them. Another item I require is an ancient book. The name, unfortunately, was never told to me by the Dark King. It was simply I would know it when I find it. Me and the Black Circle will be engaging on this one. We will be searching for it, and once we uncover it, it will have the necessary words that I need to speak in order to activate the ritual. Finally, we will require a small vial of blood from a pure-hearted individual. We must locate an individual willing to give up this blood as well. We simply cannot take it by force, nor would we really want to. These three things mixed together, with a location that is yet to be determined, will allow us to penetrate into the crust of the planet we stand on. The Earth will break free, and we will purify the lands. And once the ritual is complete, the world will be in a better place. Where corruption it is, people will come to a realization of it and be able to purge it from their kingdoms, and wherever those with dark souls are can be properly apprehended. And should the time come for a proper sacrifice, I will be more than willing to offer myself up for the greater good, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Your duties are henceforth ensure that all plans for the ritual go according so. I need this location found. We need a peak, somewhere high above the ground, but not a mountainside, somewhere where the stone can float in the air and properly do its job once the words are spoken. Everyone will be given specific assignments in the near future. Just know, together, we will make this world a better place, and I cannot do this without each and every one of you. And with that, Strontar raises his hand. For the glory of the world! For the glory! As they all, put their fists in the air. And everyone at eases themselves. So, I need to take a sip here, because I just did all that. Excuse me.
Real quick.
Yeah.
That glowing red stone. What did you call it exactly? And also, where was it?
It's in. It's on the continent you're on. You're in northern Koldurum. It's in South Koldurum. So it's like a couple days travel south.
Got it.
It's just a empowered red stone that floats. And it's with a contact of his.
Okay.
So the point for it is a general area in the southern area, so it's probably some village down there. It's safe to assume. He just says it's with a contact. So he requires that, a book that he'll be searching for, a vial of blood from a pure-hearted individual.
Yeah, I
and
got all
then
those.
they'll be searching for the location to perform it at. So, as you two are just kind of standing there watching everyone who's already, signed up go about it, Kristoff does come up to you. First things first, for the two of you, I would like to show you an example of our mindset. Once you have understood our way of thinking completely, I would like to entrust a special assignment with the two of you.
All right.
First things first, come with me. And so him and a couple of the circle members They take you with them. You head outside the bunker. It's still daytime out. It hasn't been that long. And you travel through the woods for a little bit. And eventually you stumble upon a small campground. There happen to be a few people there. You see like a campfire. There's some tents. There appears to be like a family. There's kids, playing and everything. It's all quite peaceful and everything. There's like a heavier set older guy. He's like playing an instrument. Now, based on this, like you're keeping a safe distance back, hidden in the trees. Now, just looking out, what exactly do you see?
Well, it seems to be a family just having a time camping in the woods.
Exactly. Now let me ask you this. If something horrible were to happen to them, and he sees your look of like a little bit of worry. Do not worry, we're not going to do anything to them. Simply, if something bad were to happen to them, you see a mother, a father, and a couple of children, what do you think their course of action would be?
Well, if there was imminent danger, then most likely they would run.
Indeed, and that is the problem with this world. Oh, were you going to say something, Rizwan?
No, that was my roommate.
Oh. Well, he's a bitch. I'm just kidding. That is the problem with this world. People aren't able to stand up for themselves. They rely on people like us to do the fighting for them, which is perfectly all well for people who cannot protect themselves, specifically the children who know no better. However, wouldn't the proper thing to do would be to allow the children to run and escape while the parents themselves try to fight to protect them from whatever danger comes their way?
Perhaps, but something that I would like you to keep in mind, Kristoff, is not everyone is made for fighting.
Indeed they are not, but that is what we talk about when we talk about weakness in this world. If everyone on this entire rock was prepared for a fight, things would be better. Now, of course, the sick and elderly wouldn't be capable, but we would have enough people prepared to protect them. You do understand that there are other dimensions that work in tandem with our own. At any point in time, something very powerful, very vile could enter this world and seek to do its destruction. Hell, dragons plague the skies, undead rise from the nether realm. The world is in constant danger, and there are always times where people like yourselves cannot venture in and save many. Many die every day, every year. The numbers are astounding. But if we could push the world to strive for a stronger mindset, a world where people were more capable, wouldn't that make things better? Wouldn't that protect us in times of complete and utter anarchy?
It sounds like you want the world to constantly be on its toes and ready for something. Doesn't sound very peaceful to me. It sounds like we're always on guard.
Perhaps it does not make for the most peaceful lifestyle. However, it would keep the world much more secure. Many lives would be spared. And all that it would cost is a willingness to fight for what you believe in, whether that's your family, your society, or even your very own life, rather than rolling down and taking it. Isn't it better to change your fate than to accept what the world has in store for you?
And how exactly do we plan on preparing them for such a fight?
By teaching them, of course. First things first, once the ritual is complete, we will be able to identify all the darkness on this rock and show it to each and every person. Then it can be up to the people themselves to decide what happens. The problem is, many would be able to say, oh, this does not affect me. I am perfectly reasonably fine were in my position. Exactly. That is where no one is concerned. I tried to help people and instead they stole from me. They took from me. I helped those that were in need and they took more. Perhaps you could say it was darkness in their heart, or perhaps it was more than that. Kristoff helped me realize they weren't simply desiring to do me wrong. They sought to better their lives. Well, perhaps if they were less fearful of this world, more willing to work for what they wanted, they could have strived to do better, could have sought out solutions to their problems, rather than waiting for someone like me to come along and fix it, and then allowing the greed in their hearts to do so.
Perhaps if everyone was willing to fight, I wouldn't have been turned into a weapon myself and been used to fight on the front lines alone.
It is exactly that. We have all seen the darkness in this world. Perhaps people are on their toes, but it would save a lot of lives and save a lot of heartache. Is that so wrong?
Well, I suppose you're not wrong there.
Of course I'm not. I'm the DM.
That spell, though, or the ritual called the Realm Resurrection. What realm exactly are we resurrecting with this ritual?
We are talking about an era just after the Light and Dark War, reinstilling the worry in people, the worry that at any time something evil could come their way, but they would be prepared for it. Kingdoms would be properly fortified. People of the right age would be trained to fight, not forced into the front lines of an army necessarily, but capable should that situation call for it. You see, when humanity technically, humanity was the first to come into this world, humans, then the elves, then the orcs. Soon it just became as known as mortal life. It was rather quite peaceful, all the different races and species able to coexist happily, with the occasional spat here and there. But when the gods turned on this realm, and they sought to either destroy us, control us, or seek out our desire to worship them, we were used as nothing more but objects of their playthings. They were sour that the Supreme Being took favor to them, and not to his original creations. To us, we were nothing more than playthings, and so the war was fought for hundreds of years, through which the mortal realm fought countless battles, and went through countless struggles. The devils and demons specifically sought to tear away our hope, our dreams, and make us suffer if not outright kill us all. And so what did we have to do? Instead of rolling over and dying, we followed in the steps of the Savior 6. We fought. We grew powerful. But over time, after the solution to the war of driving the gods away, we had nothing to worry about, nothing to truly fight for. Kingdoms prospered, and many people were born, and few died other than of old age and disease. However, what happens when a proper threat returns? We are simply not ready for that.
It sounds like you plan to ready this world by throwing another catastrophe at it.
Heavens no. I simply to point out to all of them the catastrophe has already begun. You've seen that, Councilman. I showed you his documentation. Uzziah slew him because he dove into the slave trade, but yet he was in a position of power. He was allowed to make decisions for a civilization of millions. Who was he to benefit off of leading people? He was a sick and vile man, and he was only one of many. Simply me and my circle are not enough to deal with this world. We need to teach these people to fight back, to point out individuals who are true of heart, much like yourself. You could be the ruler of a kingdom one day, perhaps, or at least a councilman, because you would do the right thing when the moment called for it. You would send soldiers that were willing to die to protect those they cared about. You wouldn't force the people that didn't deserve it. You wouldn't enslave people. You wouldn't murder to make a quick buck. But there are many in this world who would. They are the catastrophe.
What do you plan to do with those people? Because I don't know if you've taken notice of how I like to run things, but I don't exactly believe in killing people for their crimes.
That is the glory of it. It would not be my decision. It would be no one person's decision. My group, we would travel almost nomadically. We would intercept kingdoms that were beginning to fall apart, and we would teach the people how to properly fight. We would tell them, it is up to you what to decide with the corruption. Do you wipe them out? Do you imprison them? Do you seek to rehabilitate them and teach them a better way? Everyone should have a right to control their own fate. That is what I am doing. I am not allowing this world to dictate what I do. I am taking a stand. The Dark King believes in that, not imposing his will on others, but allowing us to make our own decisions through a bit of his guidance.
Can I roll insight to see like how genuine he is being about what he's talking about?
I was hoping you'd ask, yes.
Sucks because my insight is fucking terrible.
Shit. You could also nudge Rizzler if you wanted him to do it.
Can I also roll insight?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, your insight's probably better than mine. So, if I can use well, I don't know if I'd be able to use the help action in this case since we're just kind of reading his.
Yeah, it's not like he's doing something physically. He's literally
Well,
just like
yeah.
looking at him and listening to him.
I might as
so-
well. I'm probably just gonna roll anyways, cause fuck it.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 15.
All right, Rizzler, what'd you get?
Fuck, am I gonna roll on a phone? Trying to figure this out. Yeah. Is there a button? Where the fuck? Can I just roll that? No.
What are you trying to do?
I might have to do it in here. Yeah. What's the /R?
It's /R space D20, and then plus
The
you'll do a
modifier.
space in yeah, you do a space in either plus or minus whatever your modifier is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck.
Well,
5. Okay.
happens.
It happens. I mean, you had -1, you got a 15. So
Yeah.
the 5 Rizzler you just kind of believe him. As for you, Bjorn, you can tell that from the words he speaks, he does intend to try and make the world better, though you can tell he seems to be holding back from you a bit, maybe not giving you such a harsh truth so much as just saying what they want to do to make the world better, and maybe not what they have to do. So you can tell that although he appears to be honest with you, he's almost dumbing it down for you.
He's telling me kind of what I want to hear is what essentially it
It's
is.
the vibe you're getting off of him. You know, your role is like right in the middle where you're kind of hesitant. So he's not lying to you. He is being genuine. It just seems like there's more to what he's saying than he's letting on. I don't know how you want to respond to that, or if you don't right now.
I see. Well, as that does give me a better idea of what your intentions are. Intentions are only half of what I need to see. The rest comes from your actions.
Indeed, which is why you are free to be there every step of the way. The ritual will be completed no matter what at this rate. However, what happens from henceforth, you can be able to make an impact on that.
And then he actually looks out past you at the family.
Speaking of which, perhaps you can see where I'm coming from right now.
And you look out at the family from where you are all sitting at this campground. And you actually see some shadows emerge from the various trees and bushes. And they appear to be owl bears. They are very large creatures. They begin to growl at the people. The kids run back and huddle against the side of the tent. And the parents begin backing up in trying to stop the creatures from closing in on them.
I give you my word when I say this was not pre-planned, but it is simply a stroke of fate that's a true example of what I am talking about. The children are young. They are incapable of defending themselves properly. However, instead of intending to run, they seek to hide and let Mommy and Daddy handle the situation. However, it seems the parents do not know how to handle the situation either. Now, what do you think would be the proper course of action for us watching this?
Proper course of action is to defend them.
Defend them? Sure. But how so? Do we simply run in and slay the beasts for them? No, I believe we should allow them to face a bit of adversity first. I have no intention of letting anyone die here. However, the fact they have yet to even pick up a rock to defend themselves, it leaves a lot to be desired.
They should be prepared to fight for the sake of their children. Those creatures may leave them outmatched, but they should leave a distraction. Find some way to trap the creatures. Do something innovative.
What you say might be true, but that doesn't mean that while we're sitting here we can't do something.
Yes, but keep in mind, if I didn't take you out here right now, this very same event would have occurred without any of us knowing. Whatever happens to these people without our interference is what would have happened then. See, this is the world I am talking about. These creatures seem to be stronger. They seek to impose their will on what they deem to be prey. If people are willing to fight back, scare the creatures away, which are likely not to fight till death, they could survive this encounter, stand tall, protect the family, go camping without even having to worry about this. Instead, they intend to live lackadaisical.
choosing to believe nothing bad will ever happen to them. And what happens? Ferocious beasts attack them and their children, and they will be able to do nothing to stop it.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
In my travels, since I've spent a lot of my time through, young life up to adulthood, traveling, being in a lot of different places, would I know anything about, like, owlbears and their hunting patterns?
Roll nature.
Roll nature. You got it. Give me 1 second. I just gotta make sure. -1. Woo.
Okay, all you know is that they eat people, so if they have
Well,
to, anyway. If there's
that's
no
helpful.
other food, so yeah.
Well,
It's quite
that's
helpful,
a-
isn't it?
That's a nat 1 -2. That's not really much else I can do.
It's a -1. You lost some brain cells on that one.
Fucking hell. Sometimes it really sucks having low intelligence, but it is what it is.
That's crazy.
I still have. I'm pretty sure I still have. I'm pretty sure I still have the javelin, right? A javelin of lightning.
Yeah, you picked it up, so you're holding it right now.
Cool. I'm gonna look towards Rizzler, give him a little bit of a nod, and then I'm going to start approaching the owlbears and the rest of the family.
Okay. We'll say, just for my reference, I'll say you can get to about the side of this log if you guys are gonna like come over here. Until the owlbears stop closing in and they turn to look at you and just and you just hear Kristoff from a distance, "You're making a mistake. They need to learn their lesson before we save them."
That's not how we do things. And at least that's not how I do things. I understand what your intentions are, and I understand that what you want to do is strengthen everyone. But people should be allowed to live in peace without worry for a fight. That's what I believe to be true peace. If I have to defend everyone with these hands, then that is what I was made for.
Ooh.
All right, rest of... I'll kind of call out to the parents, is like, pick up something off the ground, be ready to defend yourselves. And I'm gonna actually, try to... Well, I don't want to, like... I would like to get the lightning javelin over to the father if I can.
Okay.
Like, I kind of don't want to hurl it at him because I'm like,
I mean, you could probably throw it next to him.
try to throw it so it like embeds itself.
I was gonna say
into the
if you throw that, you could probably like land it. So roll to hit on the wagon. You just don't have to activate the lightning for it. However, the moment, keep in mind, if you're doing that, then I'm gonna need you both to roll initiative. So.
That's fine by me. Give me just a second. Do you want me to do the roll to hit before I do initiative or after?
Do the roll to hit first. So.
Got it. Cool. All right, we need to make sure plus 8. That's an 11.
I mean, it's just a wagon, so I'll say it goes in there.
Pick up that weapon. Be ready. And then I'll, roll initiative.
Yeah, so roll initiative. Rizzler, what'd you get?
I'm still trying to.
Oh, you're
live
doing it
life
in the thing.
on a phone.
Okay, that was 13, but I have advantage, so...
Alright.
Okay, 13 it is.
13.
20. But
Even with advantage on initiative. Honestly,
23, nice.
I got all of my I got all my good luck out yesterday. I rolled 3 nat 20s yesterday.
Oh, were you playing yesterday too in that other
No,
game,
I was
or-
DMing yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
All right.
nice.
So the owlbears got a 16.
Okay.
The people, give them a thing. So, well, I'll give the dad one anyway. He is going to get. I think he just gets standard. He gets an 11. So, alrighty, Rue. Then you throw the javelin. Top of the turn order, Rizzler. You're right here, so you can make a move. Whatever you want to do.
Can I move on top of the log?
Yes.
Right there. How far is the twister? Yeah. Alright.
Oh
Can I
my.
take a shot with my short bow?
At this faraway guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Options. Hit DCs or D20s as well, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
So d20 plus whatever your to hit score.
Okay, I guess it didn't work. Slash 20 plus 7. Why don't you recognize? Okay, what the f is happening?
Is it not working?
It is not working. Let me refresh real quick.
Oh, you're on your phone. That's right.
I am. This is horrible.
Yeah, get a computer, scrub. Oh, wait, that's what we're doing later.
Yeah, I just sold my laptop because I'm going to be moving. Plus
Wow.
7. That is a 22 to hit.
Oh, that for sure hits, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What is that? 1d6 plus 4. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about this, guys.
It's okay. You're figuring it out.
That is a 10.
That's a fat 10 right there. All right.
And then before I end off my turn with that shot, can I just make like a bunch of noise, like screaming and stuff?
Sure,
Can
yeah.
you get me?
You could jump on the log and be like, ay, 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 you know, and you get up and you fire, and it does shoot the beast in the shoulder. And so it for sure notices you.
Perfect.
Okay. Then after you, it is the owlbear's turn. So this guy is actually he's going to run up here. He's going to run up to you, Bjorn, because he sees you. This guy is actually going to... Let's see, how far can he get? 5, 10... Yeah, he can get about there. He's actually going to run past the dad, and he's going to get over here, and he's going to beeline it for you. However, this guy is going to run down here, and he's going to try to attack the dad. He's going to make 2 swings with his claws. That's a hit and a miss. So this guy's going to take... Okay, he rolled low on that. This guy's the dad's gonna take 6 points of slashing damage as it reaches out and claws his arm. This owlbear, he's gonna take 2 swings with his claws at you, Bjorn.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
And that's only a 12, so 1 hits. Let's see. Grab this one.
Hurt me.
That'll be 8 points of slashing damage as it runs up and swings its claws, catching you on your shoulder, scratching down. And yeah, that's gonna be their turn right now. Bjorn, it's your turn.
You got it. Well, I was going to move a little bit farther away from Rizzler, but because there's an owlbear on me, I can't do that. So I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And I'm obviously going to roll with the plus or minus thing because I'm activating my rage willingly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can get 1 or 2.
Perfect. That's actually perfect because I wanted a 2. So I am now able to teleport up to 20 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. And how do I want to do this? How far can I get with that? So wait, hold on. Okay, that is okay. The squares are actually accurate on this one.
Yes, they should be anyway.
So I could get there with it.
Because then you can still use your movement,
wait.
right? So you get another 30.
Well, here's the thing. I actually cannot do this on right now because I used my bonus action to rage, so I can't do that. I'm gonna go ahead and take a swing at this motherfucker right here.
Okay, take a swing at that motherfucker right there.
What is my... Yeah, I have to remember what my great axe is. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Because I'm raging, I get +2... Wait, hold on. Gain advantage on strength. Ah, gotcha.
All of the
it's
math
melee,
is happening.
It's the melee damage, got it. Alright, 19 to hit.
That hits.
D12 plus 8. And that is 11 slashing damage from me.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
And then I get a second attack, so we're gonna do that.
Oh, that's hot.
Barbarians, baby. I love playing barbarians. 22 to hit.
That hits.
12, no. And 12 damage.
Okay, nice. All right, so you rage willingly, using your training to keep your mind focused. You swing with the axe, carving the creature right next to its beak, and then you swing down, cutting it near its head. It's bleeding pretty harshly from those gashes, but it's still standing. That's gonna be your turn then, I assume?
Unless you would allow me to intimidate as something, but I don't know if you would allow that.
That's influential on a creature, so
no.
it would have to be like a bonus action kind of thing.
And since I've already used my bonus action to rage, can't do that.
Yeah. So, all right. So the dad, it's his turn. It's all the people's turn. He's gonna move over here, and he's gonna grab the javelin out of the side of it. He doesn't know how to activate the lightning since he's not like accustomed to it, but he is going to attempt to stab this creature in the face. And actually, yeah, that's a 14 to hit, which is enough. So he does pierce it in the face, and he'll do 5 points of piercing damage as he runs up and just jabs it in its like chest area. So let me do that. So it's just 5 damage, but it's something, you know.
Yeah, no, it's something.
So
would have done with a rock, I imagine.
yeah. So the mom's gonna run over here, and she's just gonna try and get in front of her kids to protect them. The daughter's just gonna cry on her turn, but the boy, he's actually gonna pull a little knife from his pocket, and he's gonna run up to this thing.
Oh fuck! Okay.
And pulling on his blade, he's gonna yell, "Leave my daddy alone!" And he is going to attempt to stab the owlbear.
Yeah, here we go.
And he rolled a 19. So
fuck yeah, he did. Let's go.
So it's just a little knife, so it's not going to do much, but it's actually going to do 4 points of piercing damage as he runs up and just digs it into the arm of the creature. And he has to like shake its arm to get him to pull it out. So yeah, he got it.
Good shit.
Yeah, good for him. All right, top of the turn order, Rizzler, you're up.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to. So if I move here, can I not ping?
Move where?
Move my character in then. Right here.
Oh yeah. You'll get the flanking on it.
Okay, cool. So I can move there.
Yeah.
How far? It's not gonna be. Yeah, this is about all my movement. I'm going to. Jesus Christ, this is gonna be a lot. Attack with my rapier. So that is it.
Okay, so you can roll with advantage.
20 plus.
Wait, I want to. Can you do r/2d20 plus?
You can, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it'll add. So what it'll do is it'll add. Well, I guess you could just like do it separately. I guess. Well,
doesn't matter either way. So you don't have to roll twice.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at what that looks like. I'm sorry, this is gonna interrupt the feed a little bit. I'm just curious.
I mean, I can try it right now.
Yeah, go for it. I want to see what it looks like. Okay, that's perfect.
Oh, so
there you go, nat 20. Let's fucking
nat
go.
20.
So okay, yeah. So it's either or plus that, and then it gave you the higher value. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
interesting
That's
how
the way to do
that.
it.
Wait.
So what was our?
Wait. Hang on. But it gave you 37 or 32,
Well,
so it added them
because-
both.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
I added them both.
that's kind of how this works. It'll basically add it up as a total because you're technically, it's like rolling 2d20 at the same time.
Right,
It just
yeah.
thinks that you're adding those two together when you're not.
Right,
You just have to
okay.
you just have to look at the numbers and then add your
Assume
modifier
at
by
that point.
yourself.
Yeah, so you got natural 20, 27, but instead of nat 20. So you hit no matter what. So you crit and you do double sneak attack damage.
Fuck, yeah, he does do double sneak attack.
And he does like 3d6 with that plus his
I do 3d6.
So that's like 8 dice he's rolling now.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
we also
just to
said
be
that,
sure.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we also said that when you crit, you roll your damage die, and then the other one is already maxed out.
Yes. So for your damage, Giraffe,
Mm-hmm.
just roll regularly. Okay, just roll your 1 damage die, and then add the max version of that die to it. So hang on. So because you double I gotta think about that. You double the damage dice, and since sneak attack is technically damage dice, I think you do that as well.
Yeah, you would.
Shit.
You would roll 3d6 on, and then add like
18.
6, 9.
So
Yeah,
okay,
add 8
so
to that.
whatever your rapier is, I think it's a d8.
Yeah, it's d8.
Mm-hmm.
So roll a d8 and 3d6. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So a d8 plus 4 plus
Oh, that didn't
3d6.
I'll just roll.
Yeah, you'll have to roll the 3d6 separately.
Yeah.
Yes, I see that.
So that's 10 plus 3d6.
And that's not even including the other d8.
Yeah.
Which he's already at 18.
Oh my
god. 16 plus 8. Oh my god, he did so much damage.
Okay, so
Holy
that's
fuck.
that's 10 plus 16 for 26, and then you add 18 and 8, so that's
my
26
God.
twice. So that's 52 slashing or piercing damage.
Fuck, dude. I
So-
thought I was the one with max damage. I thought I was the one with massive damage.
So
Holy shit.
no, that's the power of a rogue right there. So just because I'm feeling generous, why? I mean, this dude's fucking dead. Why don't you describe it to me, Rizzler, as you run up behind him? Describe to me how you just brutally eviscerate this creature with 52 damage.
All right. So, as I'm running past, I'm gonna pull out my rapier and try and like go for like a swing towards it,
Okay.
and then I nick it a little, but coming from behind, I'm gonna jump up on its back and just drive the rapier straight through its skull.
Nice. All right. Yeah. You cut it, distracting a little from attacking Bjorn. As you get on top of it, your blade goes through it. It shoots out the bottom of its beak to the other side, and it just and it slumps down with you on top. And yeah, this. Oh, hang on. I didn't want to grab you. I wanted to grab. Will it let me grab that? There we go. Yeah, it just slumps down. It's dead.
Sweet.
All right.
And then,
Oh
as
no,
my
he's got more.
bonus action. I'm just gonna move. That would be. Go here, I guess. No, it's fine. No, wait, oh shit. Oh,
Well, what's your movement speed? 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you moved 20 already, so you get 5, and then plus your bonus action, so you get 30 more feet you can move from where you're at.
Oh, okay.
So you can
30
move
feet.
roughly in this area.
I'll go.
Okay. Alrighty then.
My turn?
It's gonna be the owl's turn now. So you just messed that guy up really badly. So this guy is gonna run in after you because he was already gunning for you, and he's going to attempt to take a couple of swings at you with his claws. That's gonna be, it's not natural, but that is a 20 to hit. And then the other one is an 11, so that one will miss. So he gets one swing at you.
Alright.
So that is, what did I say that was? What's that? That's going to be 14 points of slashing damage. As it runs up, it swings and you go low, but then it brings its other claw down and catches you on the side, right by the ribs, and slices into you. The other one, the other one is going to attack this dude. It's going to take a couple of swings at the dad. That is, let me think. That's a 13. That's gonna hit because he's just a civilian. And the other one's an 11. That'll hit too. He rolled really bad, but this guy doesn't have armor. I mean, he's shirtless, as you can see. So, so both of these are gonna land. That's 6, and then 11. So that's 17 slash. Yeah, it's over. It slices into this guy's stomach. As he grabs it, it just bites its beak into his neck, tearing the flesh from his neck. And this dude, yeah, he just as he falls over, the kid screams, "Daddy, no!" And the owlbear just munches on it and growls with approval. Bjorn, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I gotta make sure. Alright, so we are moving about over here, and I'm going to attempt to intimidate the owlbears and get them to flee.
Okay.
And I just need to make sure that I've got this. Come on, roll 20. Natural 20 for 25. Let's fucking go.
Wow. Okay.
I just absolutely roar at them.
Okay. As you roar, they seem a bit what the heck is that?
I don't know.
What did you do, you fool?
6.
So as you roar, you actually like echo throughout the forest. You see birds fly away in the distance out of fear. The one creature kind of goes, and it turns to run. Rizzler, you can take an attack of opportunity, or you can just let it run away.
I'm just gonna let it run.
All right, so this one barrels into the forest and just runs off. The other one, though, confident from its kill, just roars back.
Oh, well then. Hold on, real quick.
Shit, that was my bonus action.
Oh wait, yeah, that would count as a bonus action, wouldn't it? Fuck.
Yeah.
No, I can't teleport then. Son of a bitch.
No.
Fuck. I'm out of movement speed. I can't do anything. Son of a bitch.
You gonna say anything or do anything, or in that regard, or no? That's just gonna be your turn.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything. I
Tell the children to run. I mean,
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll tell the rest of them to. I'll yell at the rest of them. Back up! Get back into the forest. I'll hold it off.
Okay, it's their turn. So the mom, who's already completely distraught seeing her husband go down like that, she grabs her daughter's hand. Come on, we gotta go. Come on, son. And so they go to about here. I'd say they can get. That's not what I meant to do. The son, though, he is blind with fury, so he's gonna roll to attack the owlbear.
Oh fuck! All right.
He rolled a 15. That'll hit.
That's fucking funny as shit. This kid's awesome. I like him.
So, let's do. Yeah, he's mad. He's crying. He actually rolled max damage. That's 5 points of piercing damage as he stabs it into like the chest of the creature, just like, you know, he's like crying. He's like frailing his arms, but he's stabbing, and the creature's just like, it is like backing up to try and like swipe at him, but he did do another 5 damage. Like, yeah, this kid's straight up balling.
He balling, bro.
So, at the end of his turn, we go top of the turn order. So, Muna is going to cast Teleport.
Ooh.
And she's going to appear right here. And then with her bonus action, she's going to use Firebolt on the owlbear.
Atta girl, Muna.
Let's see. That's a 14. That's enough. And that will be...
One of them wants to help.
Okay, that's... Wow, she rolled horrible on the damage for that. That's going to be 8 points of fire damage, as from her hand, the 2 fingers outstretched, a little fiery bolt comes out, and it fires, blasting into the knee, making the creature drop but one knee. So he will drop down to that. He's looking pretty hurt, though. So about there. Let me just double check my notes here. Yeah, I guess we can do that. And we can do that. Okay. So, up over here, the other two are gonna run in now. He's gonna run there. Strunter's gonna run up to the top of the log, and then he's gonna chuck a javelin at it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
To fix that. Yeah, that hits. So, yeah, he pulls up the javelin, and he just launches it at the creature. It's gonna pierce into the creature's shoulder. And it'll take... I mean, it's just a javelin, so it's not that strong, but it'll still take 8 points of piercing damage.
Very nice. Great success.
And now, seeing it overrun like this, it is gonna turn and run now. As it does, the boy is gonna take his attack of opportunity, and he rolled really good again.
Fuck yeah.
And that's another 5 points of piercing damage. As it turns around, he just slices into its like upper thigh. As it like stumbles, it's like, and then it just like takes off, just like bleeding buckets. It might not even make it till morning, so, or to the next day, but and that's it. The creatures have taken off. And then the kid just runs over to his dad, kneels down, and like flops over next to him, like distraught. So,
yeah, I would like to, Rizzo, if you want to help me with this, I'd like to do a medicine check.
Yes.
And I'm assuming, Rizzo, what's your medicine modifier?
Let me see. Medicine is +1.
Okay. How about you do it, and I'll give you the help action, so
you can help
advantage
him
on
here.
it.
How does help work?
So basically, how help works is like it's something that like I take an action, and then to say that I'm helping you, in which case you'll roll whatever action or you'll roll whatever skill it is with advantage. So roll 2d20.
Okay.
+1.
2d20. Let's just do that first. God damn it. 2d20.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Just add one.
Hey,
I got
not
an
bad.
8,
16 and a... Oh, you got a 19. Fuck yeah.
19. I mean, you try to dress the wounds, but you can tell. I mean, okay, so this guy took... I mean, this guy had 10 HP. I'll just give you the number. And then he took 6 and 17, so he's taken more than double his total HP. So I think it's safe to say, even though you could do a good job of trying to close up the wounds, it's too late for him. He's already dead. The kids are just bawling their eyes out. Daddy, no! The mom just kind of standing there, look like bags under her eyes. She's in like complete shock. Thank you for coming to our aid. Without you all, my husband wouldn't have been the only one to die today. And then she just kind of like falls to her knees too.
I'll approach her and, offer my hand and apologize. I'm sorry. If we'd come across you sooner, perhaps we could have avoided this.
It's not your fault. It's just, thank God we had you at all. It's just, I don't know what we're gonna do now, but we'll try to get past this. Bless your hearts for coming to our aid.
And you see what I mean, Bjorn? That is exactly what the problem is. These poor people were victims of their own weakness. It is truly tragic what happened here today. But if it wasn't for our intervention, all of them would have been slain.
I'll kind of just glare at Kristoff with just a very angry expression. Not here.
Very well. Strontar, help me with the body. We'll carry this thing back for food.
Yes, sir.
I would, before we kind of head off, I would like to give 20 gold to the mother. I know it's not much, but hopefully it can help some of you.
Oh, your kindness is appreciated. It's not necessary. She doesn't even like really finish. She said, "Fine, thank you. If you'll just allow me to attend to my husband now."
Of course. And yeah, we'll head off with the rest of them.
As she walks next to her, "I lost the man I cared about too a long time ago." And she hands her like a little piece of parchment. "This is an organization for people who have lost their loved ones. I recommend you head to Westershen when you have the time." And she just follows you, so. And you all begin to head back through the forest.
While we're on our way back, I do kind of want to ask Muna, what was that parchment you gave her?
Oh, it is the Grieving Widows Association. It is for women who have lost the men in their lives. Not to say men don't join the group too, it's just they try to be stronger and all that, but I was never married myself, but I had my fair share of boyfriends who meant a quite deal to me, and I thought he was the one, and well, after a bandit encounter, he didn't live to see the light of day while I did. And let's just say the group helped me get through it. Perhaps the same thing will do for her, though nothing heals wounds like that other than time.
It was a kind thing for you to do, Muna.
It was necessary. Perhaps now, from this experience, she will learn that she cannot simply rely on a man to fight on her behalf. She'll need to grow stronger for those children.
As unfortunate as it is, there's still something about this whole thing that rubs me the wrong way. And something about this plan of yours, Kristoff, that I'm worried you're not telling me.
I'm a bit worried you seem to have doubt after everything I just showed you. You saw a prime example there. A family, innocent, completely going about their days, living life to the fullest. However, when simple creatures, owlbears, nothing but child's play to the likes of us encounter them, they were prepared to run. The father was frozen with fear. He was incapable of defending his children. He died as a coward, and it was unfortunate nonetheless. However, if he was more of a man, if he was more willing to fight than to protect his family, not only would he have survived, but the family that he loved so dearly would not be crying over his corpse now.
This life of constant combat and being ready for any sort of tragedy that comes your way, it's no way to live. As someone who's had to live most of their life in constant fear of when their next meal was going to come from, where they were going to stay next, I do not wish a life of anxiously waiting the next tragedy. I do not wish it on anyone.
Perhaps not, but as you've seen yourself, your body is forged from combat. Even over the time I've known you from our various encounters, you have grown stronger by fighting against me and my people. So strong that you were able to easily destroy those so-called comrades of yours in battle. They were left helpless as you decimated their forces and got away with what you wanted from that encounter.
Do not speak to me of that encounter. The only reason that happened was because I wanted to make sure that no more thou had to fall. I understand that they, well, had good intentions, but at the end of the day, I think they failed to see the bigger picture.
Indeed, the bigger picture is bringing this world first to its knees and then rebuilding it back up. Once everyone is aware of the darkness that stands right before them, hopefully they will be more willing to do so. A valiant lesson was taught to that family we just encountered. The same lesson we will instill on everyone we come across, everyone that deserves to make it into the next world, a better world. And then all the dark ones, all those seeking to harm others, they will get what is coming to them one way or another.
Well, at the very least, I want to see exactly what it is you're planning to do anyways. And I want to see exactly what it is that this ritual is going to bring forth. But be warned, Kristoff. If I don't like what it is you're doing, don't think that I won't hesitate to turn on you and stop you.
You do have an act for turning on those that you enjoy spending time with, so it seems. I would not put it past you to believe your morals above all else's. Should the time come that you deem me the enemy, by all means, strike at me and strike at me with all you have. Just bear in mind, now that the circle is reunited, we will not go down so easily. But may the better moral philosophy win, I suppose.
Boss, you really shouldn't be antagonizing someone who has taken our side. Bjorn is a good man and a hard fighter. He wants what's best for this world. Once he opens his eyes to our plans, we will all make this world a better place.
Indeed.
And so eventually you guys head back to the bunker. It's probably later afternoon time now. They bring the owlbear, which is taken in by some of the group members, and they begin to turn it into food.
I don't like this. I'm gonna kind of talk to Rizzler on
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
aside.
Mhm.
I don't like this. I understand that what they're doing is for the betterment of the world, but something is telling me there's more to it than this. What we've just witnessed. They're standing idly by and letting people get massacred just to teach some sort of lesson. That's not right. We should be protecting those who can't protect themselves. That's what we're here for.
Well, I don't believe it right either, but it comes to a point where sometimes maybe they aren't doing it the right way, and we need to go about and teach people about defending themselves instead of trying to stand idly by. And I agree that they aren't doing it the right way.
There has to be another way. This is not real strength.
Well, there has to be, but as of right now, I can't think of anything.
Let us
And
watch
maybe
them. Go ahead.
maybe we should go back and find the group, or keep watching them.
I think for now we should keep watching them. I don't want to involve them unless absolutely necessary. At this point, I'm not even sure we could even go back if we wanted to. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
As we shall. And I guess let's keep on trying to figure out what their ulterior motive is for this big
Indeed.
plan, other than getting rid of people.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, I just don't want to interrupt. I don't want to cut in
No,
when you
no,
guys are
of course.
role playing and all that. Okay, so an hour or so passes after the fight. You guys reflect on the experience and whatever lesson Kristoff is trying to instill in all of you. Eventually, he comes up to the two of you. Despite some misgivings from you earlier, you have not left this bunker, nor have you tried to cut my head off, so I assume we are still on the same page for now.
For now. But something has been bothering me, Kristoff. I don't believe you've been completely honest with me. Though I believe that what you have told me so far is true, I don't believe it's the whole truth. So if we're going to continue to work together, you're going to have to tell me everything.
You'll have to forgive my reluctance to do so. However, most people, when I speak to them of the greater good of this world, they cannot handle it. And as much as I respect the kind of man you are, I'm not quite sure you'd be able to handle it as well.
Well, that's for me to decide, isn't it?
Very well. Feel free to step into my office. And so he heads into a little private room with just him and Isaiah in it.
Yeah, I'm assuming, Rizzo, you're coming with me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So 2 and 2 inside the little room. He sits down and kind of leans back in his chair.
So what exactly do you want me to tell you?
After what I've seen today, something about the way you've described your plan tells me that there's more to it than just exposing the darkness. It sounds to me, the more I see it, like you're trying to teach humanity a hard lesson through conflict and through some sort of, well, The only way I can put it is some sort of catastrophe.
He thinks for a moment. Let me actually roll on this. That figures. Okay. After kind of like looking around the room, his eyes eventually fixate themselves on yours. Very well. Though I know not of the true intentions of the ritual and the Dark King, I know this much for sure. Once the ritual is complete, it will affect every single mortal on this planet. Those of us like you and me will be completely unaffected at all. Those that contain nothing but evil and hatred in their hearts. Somehow, through some means of the universe, they will be forced to reveal that darkness to people, whether it forces their unnatural behaviors to come outright, or whether it means that all that they have sought to keep hidden from the world will come to light. They will be identified to the world. The darkness will pursue all. And then the people will be able to pursue said darkness. As for all the common folk, the people who idly stand by in fear while others need to fight for them, their bodies will go under some sort of physical strain. Though temporary, they will need to look inward among themselves and discover who they truly are. Are they someone willing to fight for their place in this world, for the people they care about, to make the world better, to be strong? Because that is what it truly means to be mortal. We do not live forever, so we must protect and cherish the time we have here. Under this strain, the ritual will force them to make a choice, choose to become a part of this new world, force their bodies and minds to grow stronger. Or should they give in to despair and fall into an everlasting darkness themselves?
So, what you mean to say is that everyone would be given a choice to either fight for what they believe in, or they would succumb to the darkness.
Indeed. You see, I have no intention of hurting anyone. It is their choice to make. Once the ritual is complete, you will either accept the strain put on your body, and you will grow strong and be ready to take on any challenge that comes your way. Or you will turn away from it, fear will take hold, and the strain will destroy you.
And by destroy, what do you mean by that?
He brings his finger across his neck and does a slicing action without even saying anything.
Well then.
King, before this is over and while we're in the room, can I roll perception to see if I can see any like books or maps laid out in this room?
Sure.
Yeah,
Shit,
well,
that is insane.
yeah, well.
I mean, okay, so like, there's like a small desk, and he's sitting in a chair behind it. This is like his office or whatever, and Izai is standing next to him in the corner. Behind him, there's like a shelf with like, there's like a weird looking skull and like an old rusty dagger and some various like knickknacks. There's a few old books, but they look like books more for like they're just like knowledge on the region. It doesn't really seem like anything that would be of use to you guys or even the Black Circle. It's more like stuff he just reads about like the world for fun. So
Okay. All right.
You speak of forced evolution for the sake of bringing us to a new, higher humanity.
Should the gods ever break free from being trapped in their own dimensions and enter the material plane, they would devastate the world anyway. At least then, everyone would have the potential to be like the Savior 6, and they could stand and fight, and we could protect this world.
Not everyone is meant to be a savior. Not everyone is meant to be like the heroes we read about.
Of course they aren't. However, instead of even making an effort to better themselves, many people live in blind ignorance and allow the darkness in this world to overtake them. They stand idly by while the people on the streets lay in poverty, while disease takes over the bodies of family members, while sick or demented overlords enslave and murder for their own personal gain. No one is prepared to deal with people like that, and the few that are, you, us, the Knights of Justice, who are very low in numbers, we are simply not ensure this world lasts another several thousand years, We need to start taking more risks.
Forced evolution is not the way. This is not natural.
In life, the most natural things are the things that end very quickly. Look at me. I am not natural at all, but I still live. I still have the drive to fight for what I believe in. Soon, this world will fall into despair, just like I did. I seek to stop that from happening. The Dark King seeks to stop that from happening.
You see, you believe in the world as it is. I believe in a different world. That is where our morality differs. I hope nobody dies. I want everyone to stand up after the ritual and say, I am immortal, but this is my world. I want to fight for it, and I will live here happily and free, ready to defend it at a moment's notice. Hopefully nothing bad will ever happen. However, if something should, we will be ready for it. Isn't that what is better than instead of rolling over and dying when something comes for us?
At the cost of many people's lives, you're willing to put those people on the back burner, leave them behind, for the sake of even having a chance of defending ourselves. You're willing to uproot everyone's lives, change everything about the way that they've lived so far.
For the sake of ensuring the survival of Usanar as a whole? Then yes, that is something I must do. I take no pride in my job. I am an enemy to few and an ally to many less. However, at the end of the day, I will ensure these plans go to fruition. For the sake of the world's survival is at hand.
You know, Kristoff, you talk a lot about strength and weakness, putting these arbitrary sorts of things on people. But what I call true strength and what I've been instilled with when I was very young, even though my father tried his best for me to be the strongest, for me to be the most cruel, for me to be the man he wanted me to be. Where I found my true strength was in mercy. I could have killed you a long time ago. I had every opportunity to, but I didn't take it. And I'm not about to put the world at the mercy of someone else, especially at the mercy of a god who has not shown himself and has not made his intentions very clear.
Fair enough. Believe me, I would like to show you the Dark King. Through his word, you would truly understand what is important for this world. You would finally see things the way I do. But you and I both know that is not how gods work. They work in faith. I was chosen, I do not know why, but I was chosen by the Dark King to speak his word. I am the only one he speaks to as far as I have ever known. As much as I would like for him to talk to you himself, it is through faith that we grow stronger. Our faith in him and his faith in us to make the right decision is what will empower us to make the right decision when the ritual goes through. This realm will be resurrected, and through it we will all grow much stronger. We will be prepared to take on any threat that comes before us, and once we are prepared for that, we will truly know peace in this world, for nothing will dare challenge Usanara again.
You speak of your faith in a god that has only shown himself to one other. If you really want true faith in humanity's survival, you need to put that faith in humanity itself. Otherwise, you've already given up on them.
He doesn't say anything for a moment.
I've lost faith in this world the moment they mutilated my body. This world means nothing to me, because all it seeks to do is turn on those who try to do the right thing. Listen here, and listen well.
And he, stands up from his chair.
I understand the desire to help those in need, to allow them to live as they want. But in this day and age, where so many have taken their freedom and used it to impose their own will on others. We cannot trust this world any longer, so I will stand above all else and do what I think is necessary. The world deems I the villain. Perhaps I am, but perhaps the Black Circle is the villain this world needs. Someone to hate, who will bring about great change. And through my act of mercy, not slaughtering the people, but by giving everybody on this landscape a choice they are free to make however they want. I am giving them the greatest gift possible, the choice to resurrect into a better world, or the choice to recede into one long forgotten.
Bjorn will stand up to meet Kristoff's gaze. I suppose at the end of the day, that really is what makes us different from you, Kristoff. You are willing to sacrifice this world for the sake of one that you think is better. I'm not willing to leave this world behind and instead change it in the positive ways that I know it can be changed. That is what true faith means to me. And I will not sit here and allow you to keep doing what you're doing if it means the sacrifice of everyone that is not worth sacrificing.
It's not a sacrifice. When they make the decision themselves, everyone could enter the brand new world.
That's
It is
not
only
a
those who
choice.
It's only those who live in your world that you believe wouldn't make that choice.
You give a choice of either living in constant conflict or death. That's an ultimatum. That's not a choice.
Then it is an ultimatum that is necessary for our true survival as mortals.
You know, I really do feel sad for you and the rest of the Black Circle members. All of you have ended up the way that you are because of the way the world has treated you, and it's caused you to have such a pessimistic outlook on how things could be. I really, really do feel sad for you, but that does not mean I'm going to sit by and let you do as you please because the world has wronged you. That's not how this works. You're not in it for peace. You're not in it for change. You're in it for revenge.
Perhaps. Is it wrong to say I don't feel guilty? That as he kind of looks to just a painting that's in the shape of the world of Usanara. After everything that has happened to me in this world, pushing humanity through something that I caused by my own hands, forcing them into an ultimatum, as you say, I do get a little bit of personal satisfaction from it. But after all that has happened to me, I think it's just due. And in store for them will be a brighter, better world. A world where everyone will be capable of defending themselves. Where a little child, like I once was, won't be kidnapped and tortured, but will be able to defend themselves and have a keen mind to do so. It will bring the world closer together, those that make it through the change. But it seems words are not enough to sway you. Action will be the only way to do so.
I've heard enough words.
Indeed. Very well. Strontar, and the door opens up and he walks inside with his axe in his hand, a white-knuckled grip. Do show our guests to the door. For you see, Bjorn, you gave me mercy some time ago, as you said, and for that I am grateful. So in this moment, the 5 of us plus our underlings versus the 2 of you, I think you and I both know how that would end. So I'm going to extend the same courtesy to you as you did to me. I am going to allow you two to walk out of here with your lives intact. Though the next time we meet, I will stop at nothing to slay you if you do intend to stop me at all costs. So as I said before, I will say again, may the better ideology win. If you are truly destined to save this world, as the Dark King spoke to me, there will be a select few who challenge me. Whether I beat you or you beat me, this world will forever change. So may the better man win.
Indeed. Giraffe, or sorry, not Giraffe, Rizzler,
Mm-hmm.
let us go.
So yeah, as you two head out, Strontar just kind of follows you. The like everybody in the group kind of just like stares at you with like straight faces, no longer welcoming you. As you two head out, you hear Kristoff say,
Oh, and I do look forward to seeing which new group of friends you align yourself with, only to betray them as well.
and then the door to the keep like seals itself.
Well then, that was productive. As much as I am pained to have to face them again, it appears we don't have any choice. Rizzler,
It
let's find the
seems
others.
we don't. Away we go, I guess.
With or without
I
them.
will,
With
I
or
will
without
have to go right
them.
now, but
Oh,
continue on.
With or without them, I will stop Kristoff. But the more people we have on our side, the better. So yeah, I'm ready to go and find our wayward party.
okay. So, you and Rizzler begin to set out. You are, quite a ways away from Westershin. You don't even know what happened to them, says this is a couple days later.
Mhm.
You will eventually make your ways back to Westershin in an attempt to locate your missing comrades. Through your time spent with the Black Circle, you both ponder about your experience with them, understanding that, although with a warped sense of justice, they do truly believe they are trying to help this world. Though, at least in Kristoff's standpoint, there might be some revenge attached to it. They are enemies that you must make of them, though they are enemies you do not wish to face. So when the time comes that you meet the Black Circle again, perhaps you will have to fight with your lives truly on the line for the first time. But for the sake of the world, one thing is certain. You never quite know what the outcome will be. Okay, I got chills saying that a little bit.
You can't hear it, but I'm applauding right now.
Thank you. Okay, so he left, and that went a little quicker than I anticipated, I'm going to be honest. But
Hey, it happens.
it happens, yeah. So, that's kind of it for this session, because it was all to kind of see where you guys would go with the Black Circle, whether you would agree with their philosophy or not. I had to write it all out to make sure I knew what he would say to you.
Yep. And I'm glad that went the way that it did, because that was definitely something I was worried about for a bit. I was like, oh boy, how is this gonna go? Because I'm like, on the one hand, I'm like, okay. So I came to a consensus recently, because I spent all night at one point like trying to play out how everything would happen in my head and what Bjorn would do. And then at some point I came to a consensus. I was like, okay, no matter what, things are going to happen the way they are. I have no idea what he has planned.
Mm-hmm.
I am simply going to embody Bjorn and his ideals as much as I possibly can in this session, and whatever happens, happens.
King and I were in a call with Joysticks just now. Joysticks told us good luck.
Oh yeah, he said
Oh,
hi, by
goody.
the way. He said hi, and he also said to Odie, because he was feeding my ego without me having to ask him, he's like, if it was half as good as my session was, he's like, you guys are going to have a lot of fun, so...
Oh, goody. Like, that actually gives me, like, a lot of hope.
Oh,
Yeah,
gee, nice to know you guys were worried that I wasn't going to pull through for you this time.
That's not what I said at
You
all, and you know it.
fucks.
Okay,
No.
well, I mean, to be fair, no, I'm pleased to hear that, because like I was a little worried we put you in a bit of a shitty situation here. But
Oh, you did, but I made the best
mastered
of it,
the
and trust me, it
skills.
turned out quite well. So I harbor no
Oh.
ill will. I'm just not letting that happen again, ever. So
No, of
because
course.
I made one slip up.
okay.
As the DM that you all admire so much, I have a very high bar that I need to keep meeting. So
That is no such thing. There is only happy mistakes.
okay, well,
Alright,
yeah,
I'm going to close down this demo of the game that I'm playing.
yeah. So
Sounds like
Not on a
my
bullet
birth certificate.
So, so
Let's
get
happy.
get your booties in the roll 20. Well, the two of you, Oatmeal's in a car, so he can't be on his phone.
I think I
Don't worry,
already am. Oh no, I'm not. I'm just never mind.
Yeah, I was in the middle of playing this demo for this early access game called Echoes of the Living.
Oh.
It's a game that plays and is inspired heavily by like the original 3 Resident Evil games and the original Silent Hill titles.
I think I've heard of it actually.
I'm gonna be honest, despite some jank with the animations and like, the menu system, it actually is pretty fucking good. I was enjoying myself trying to figure it out.
But yeah, no, King, what I've done, I've decided to like redo like all of my notes.
Okay,
was
because I
doing
sent
it
you
while
that
guys
fat
did
load
it.
of info. Yeah.
Well, not just that. I've started to redo my notes, and while like doing them all out proper on a Word document, I'm trying to make them really, really detailed.
Nice.
It occurred to me, I was like, what would be pretty cool if I started writing as if it was a dossier from Vicindy's POV.
It'd be funny if I just killed him this session and it was all for nothing. I'm just kidding.
No, I wouldn't mind. I would
Oh.
still do it because it would be a cool little artifact.
Yeah. We could put it in the next campaign where someone discovers it hundreds of years later.
Maybe.
Okay. Are you
I'm
guys ready? Okay, good.
No.
Okay.
I'm not home yet.
Thank you, Emil.
Well, that sounds like you problem, bitch. All right. Well,
do I roll advantage if I hit them with my car?
Yes.
Yeah, you can roll that with advantage. Depends on what your car is versus his, I guess. But anywho,
Their AC isn't high enough.
Their AC isn't high enough for Toyota Corolla D20.
All right, I am going to start the funny music, man, and I have to do my intro again just for you three now. Because Joysticks is like, oh, it hurts that I can't watch and see what they go through now, and I'm like, tell you what, after the next session, then you can go back.
Yeah,
and
because it's
watch
all
it,
his fault.
so, yeah.
It's all his fault.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way, like if because I imagine, as you said, this is the only time we're doing it, so I'm assuming there is some sort of like we meet up at the end of the session.
I don't know. Maybe it depends on what you guys do. Your decisions move this story. I remember I set up the situation, you solve it, and I just figure it out from there. So you guys could say, you know what? Next time we see him, we're gonna decapitate him. I'm gonna private message Joy and be like, no, don't show up.
At this point, yeah, I am. This is pretty pissed off.
All right, so.
Karen, I don't know if you heard me say this, but I said it was like the Sasuke Naruto arc. We gotta go save Bjorn, but also Giraffe.
Gotta lose faith in him and then get it back.
Themselves.
Oatmeal, weren't you like saying something like Sasuke last time?
He
like,
was.
yeah.
Oh, I always say shit like it's not my ninja way. I always say shit like that.
All right, music is playing. Hello and welcome back to the second part of this same session. If this is a video, I'm gonna just keep it like this. Last time on King's Campaign The Signs, the heroes went to retrieve Muna, the final known member of the Black Circle, and keep her locked up in the primary city of Westershen. They sealed her away in a prison that they weren't even sure about, and then they had a meeting with the council of Westershen to discuss why these violent criminals were being brought here. However, upon arriving with Mazar, a Knight of Justice, they engaged with only one of the 5 council members. Through some discussion, they eventually found out the councilman was actually being held at knife point, eventually slain by a Black Circle member, Isaiah, another one of this criminal organization. Though they attempted to negotiate, urging the Black Circle to surrender, they did not and assaulted the Westershen prison. Through a battle with the escaping Kristoff, the leader of the Black Circle, a couple members of the group, Bjorn and Rizzler, decided to side with the enemy to at the very least hear them out. Although they had no intention of killing their comrades, they did everything they could to allow the Black Circle to escape and truly discover what it is they plan to do. During the battle, Bjorn's massive strength, along with the skills of the Black Circle, flowed quite well with one another, and Max, Duncan, Gabe, along with the 3-in-1 package, along with Barrett and AJ, all fell in combat, and they were eventually all fell into a very weakened state from the battle. Also, the betrayal of their comrades. So now it is actually storming outside. It is very late. Barrett, when you wake up, you're not entirely sure where you are. It's pitch black in the room you're in, though you are on a cotton bed, from what you can feel. What are you gonna do?
Okay. I'm gonna sort of initially I raise my as soon as I'm regaining consciousness. I sort of I bring my hand down to my hip. Is my sword there?
It is not.
It is not. I'm gonna continue. I just sort of cast my eyes around the room, sort of scanning the area.
So once you shift around, you actually feel that your right hand is shackled to the wall somewhere. Looking around, you're on a bed. Everything else is free. Only the one arm is shackled. You have no sword or armor. If you look outside, you can see a little light coming through a window, and there is rain outside. There's no bars on the windows, so you're not necessarily locked up in a prison. And you see like a small table next to you, very faintly in the darkness.
And is like the chain long enough to allow me to like get up and look out the window?
Yes. As you try, you sit and then you stand up, and as you move, you can move to about the center of the room before your arm is like stretched outwards. If
can
you
I,
look,
like pull the bed, or
can you what?
can I like pull the bed like?
No,
like,
it's chained to the wall.
The bed chained. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of. Can I roll for investigation on the table? Like, because I'm assuming it is dark. Is there anybody there, and anything on the table at all?
Yeah, you can roll investigation on that.
All right, cool. Let me see, investigation. So that's a 4. Good start today, boys.
I mean, you can run your hand along on it. You don't feel anything important, and from what you can barely see, there's nothing else in the room with you.
Okay.
At least it was just a stinky investigation.
Right. Okay. Do I recognize the cell? Like from my time in this city's barracks? Is there? Am I still in the city? Do I recognize the architecture, or?
Yeah, when you look out the window, you can see the various tall, castle-esque peaks that protrude from various sections of the city. It's very vast, although the storm makes it kind of hard to see. It's safe to assume you're just in a tall building, some kind of residence, that is, but you're still in Westershen.
Okay, right, that's fine. Sort of giving a sigh to himself, sort of realizing what's happened. Like he's been, clearly they've seen Bjorn leaving with the party, and that they've left. He's it's pretty. He adds 2 and 2 together and realizes sort of the situation he's in.
Yeah.
He sort of sits back on the bed, and sort of he's gonna pray.
Okay.
So he, sits on the bed, closes his eyes, and he thinks, of the god. And he's gonna say, let me see. Where is it? Lord, I have come willingly. I'm not yet devoted, I understand that. If obedient to a fault to your cause, why do you allow and welcome this darkness to have a foothold in your world and torture these people? Why can't you see that? You cared once before. You bestowed your power onto the Saviour 6. Why are we so different? You forsake us during this time of crisis, and you expect for us to stand by and just watch? At least the Dark Lord blesses his acolytes in their time of need.
Wow.
Why do you want to help us? I did read your notes, King.
No, I know. That was good. I like that. You even burns.
Wait, King has notes?
Of course I do. I gave him notes. Yeah. He even burns his god like that. Okay. for a moment, you just hear a crack of lightning, almost as if you're being told to shut up. At least that's what you think. Eventually, you hear a slight knock at the door that you can't even really see. Just...
Hey, can I reach the door?
No. It's at the far end of the room.
It's at the far end. Like, I hope you don't expect me to open the door for you.
Eventually you hear the knob turn and it opens up, and a good amount of light fills the room. It's still quite dark, but you can make out the area. You're in some kind of wooden building. The bed is, although can be moved, you are shackled to the wall. There's a second one hanging next to you, but it's not attached to anything. As if only one arm was needed. There's a big blue carpeting in the center, a small dresser, and the side table next to you with, there's nothing on top of it. With the door open, the shadowy figure comes in, and with the light grazing the side of his face, you notice it is Mazar. I was well aware you wouldn't be able to open the door. I just wanted to make sure you were awake by now.
Well, given the lack of proper restraints, I take it you do understand that our discretion as a traveling company has been disgraced. We have a traitor in our midst.
Indeed, perhaps I should explain. You were found unconscious. So was the one you call AJ, and then your other friend, Max, I believe, he was basically frozen like a statue. We eventually were able to overtake the members of the Black Circle's army that they brought with them, but when we found you in the prison all beaten down, we only found the three of you, in addition to Kristoff's cell being completely busted open, a bunch of dead skeletons, and we can only safe to assume a battle broke out. Now, how should I put this? It's been 2 days since that incident. You've all been asleep for about that time. You are actually the first one to awake. I sense your energy shift. And so, until you could speak for yourselves, let's just say the remaining council members desired someone's head on a platter for the incident that happened.
Hey, King, I have a quick question.
Okay.
So technically, we've long rested.
Yes, yes, you have.
Thank fucking God. I was at 2 health that entire last time.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes,
It's a
you've
whole
all
2
long-
days? Does this mean we can level up? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Can I be healthy, please?
Yes,
I
you
want
can
my
be healthy.
spells.
Yes, you're unconscious, but you're fully healed. Yes, and you have. Yeah, you've
Thank you,
long
Daddy
rested.
Master.
You're welcome, son.
We did level up at the end of last game too, didn't we?
You should all be level 7. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That's fine. No, that's. I just wanted to make sure that that Asher knew.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
So.
Okay. All of our operations are compromised. The secrets.
Well,
I'm not
first
getting
things first. I need you to tell me what exactly happened there, because the council said you 3 were the traitors. Now, I believe you were not. I can sense the good in all of you. Let's just say, after everything that's happened, someone was to blame, and it was you. Thanks to my intervention, you weren't locked up in that infernal prison, but you had to be restrained, hence that, he says, gesturing to the one shackle on your arm. You are currently in my personal mansion. So, do try to keep things tidy, please. But, more importantly, I need to know what went down that day.
You're so doing this to me because I got the org.
Because you got what?
No, I do. I got it now. No, remember
You
last
cut out
time?
there.
Yeah, cut out.
Sketchy? Yeah, he's caught out. I think his internet dropped for a second.
No, I because I got up and wasn't touching my computer, it went to sleep. No, I'm just saying you're so doing this because I got the organization wrong like 2 sessions ago, so now you're trying to test me about my note taking.
Not necessarily. I just
It'd be a valid reason, but
No,
it's just a bonus for me, so I get that satisfaction too.
No, you're good. Okay. Yes, of course, you have a right to know. Well, due to lack of loyalties, of course, and ultimately they're too good for their own. They've decided to part ways with us, Bjorn and Rizzler. But you already know that. Let me go back to the beginning. Initially, we were called out to the council. All but one of the council members were there.
Okay, you're already doing a terrible job because Mazar was in there with you.
Yes, well, no, I know. I'm reciting. I'm trying to get my deal together.
Oh, okay.
So you already know. You're that far.
Yeah, you can see him holding his side a bit where he was shot by that arrow. So.
Yes. Well, you know yourself. We were preoccupied. We were sent back to the barracks, to the prison, to check up on the prisoners. Once we arrived, we found that they had breached containment already. This is whenever they got a little too diplomatic for their own good. Bjorn, his good nature got the better of him. He decided to turn on them. He got sick of the tit for tat, which I understand that, but the reason why we're better than them is because we're stronger. We don't bend to the will of... Something doesn't happen to us and all of a sudden we decide to turn evil. We don't decide to praise evil deities. That is why we're different, but they turned and they came against us. They took my spear, they left Max. He was turned to stone by a spell, and I can't honestly remember exactly what happened to Asher.
He wasn't turned to stone. He just gave up fighting because he knew he couldn't win, and he was like broken from it. So
Max
that
was,
sounds right.
Right. Yeah. Well, so that's about you kept up to speed. I don't know what to do.
neither do I. We are in a very dire situation right now. Now, if I unlock you, do you promise not to leave this dwelling? If Nefot sees you, he will literally try to cut your head off.
You know enough of me to know that I won't do that. I need to get back at them.
In due time, my friend. And he pulls a key from his robing and he unshackles you. Come with me. We need to talk. It's early enough in the morning for that, even though it's still like night out, but it's just really early morning. So you follow him. You notice he has a bit of a limp in his step from getting shot, but he seems to be doing better. You follow him across a soft velvet red carpeting, which leads down a grand staircase. As you head down, he leads you into a side room where there is a very large fireplace lighting up the entire room. A big red couch and a few chairs, and there's a few guards nearby. If they're awake, I need you to bring me the other two. We need to have a very serious discussion. And he sits down in one of the chairs and gestures for you to take a seat on the couch near him.
I'll before I sort of sit down, I look at the guards, sort of. What are the men's approach to this? I mean, each one of them is individual. Shortly, they question why we're here.
They are my personal guard. They oversee this dwelling, and they take orders from me directly due to a sort of respect-loyalty combination. They will not make a move against you unless you attempt to leave my house for the time being. Though we've all made an agreement that personal biases are left at the door for now.
Understandable. I'm gonna sit. Sort of just stare into the fire. I'm just sort of thinking, my fists are kind of clenched, thinking about Bjorn, you know.
That's fair.
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
When the guard walks up walks up and opens the door, a small but nimble young elf runs out yelling, "Sasuke!" and he falls onto the ground. AJ AJ,
Yes, thank you.
AJ, how do you react when you fall onto the carpeting screaming that?
Oh, I fucking eat shit, look up enemies.
It just
Who are
like,
you?
And the guard holds up his hands. Hold on there, you're still in Westershit. I am not your enemy, I'm simply going to bring you to the Night of Justice.
I see, I do, by the way, I do see, wait, your name is Vicindi? What?
yeah,
It was revealed
Since
a while ago.
when?
yeah, it has changed.
Oh, you changed it? Okay.
Barrett
No,
was
well,
a cover
like-
name.
Bart was a cover name for a long time.
So can I change it on the stream like next time?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
but-
so
yeah.
I can just go, I don't even know who you are anymore.
Okay, so we'll say
Because
he
I'm
already
also
knew that.
Goliath,
So the guard,
because I'm without my armor, so
Yeah.
he doesn't actually notice
Yeah.
this is the first time without
the
my
guard,
armor.
the guard
Who
opens
are
the
you?
yeah, the guard opens the door to the living room. He brings him inside. He goes, I don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm pissing my pants, I'm crying, I'm about to, you know the fucking thing, Deku does in My Hero, you know, fucking with this, flicking his finger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I'm about to get ready to flick my finger at someone.
Shoot an air
No.
pulse and break his finger.
Yeah, that's how I shoot my magic missiles, by the way.
Oh, now he tells me. Now I can describe it that way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Damn
Yeah,
it, I am not in the mood for your arrogance right now.
That's
so it is you.
So the little white orbs appear,
Yeah,
but before you
fair.
could even fire it, Mizar just dispels it from your hand with a wave of his hand. So
I let you do that.
It's like, by the way, it's just, I don't know why, but in my theater of my mind there, whenever you came in, you just said, I see an enemy. I don't know why, whenever you eat shit and just raise your face up, you
see
just
an
like, you open
enemy.
your mouth and just the sound effect, enemy spotted. It just,
grenade out.
Got it.
and your eyes just glow red.
Oh yeah.
So you,
Like,
AJ, thank you for joining us. Please just take a seat next to that is still your friend Barrett. Don't worry.
We'll see about that. Take a seat.
Um,
I also I poke Barrett in the shoulder. Yeah, it's.
I just
sort of like slap away his finger.
Quit that.
okay.
You act like him.
Everyone finds you intolerant and half-wit.
It's
ooh.
funny. It's weird. I'm supposed to have a higher intelligence than everyone here. I still play as a fucking idiot.
Technically, Bjorn is supposed to be the stupid one, but yeah, you're the one always saying the weird shit. You're supposed to be the smart one.
Let me see what I have written in my notes in regards to that. This one confuses me. For a wizard, he is he must be one of the dumbest individuals I have ever met. I question how on earth he has come to be this being, since I don't even think he understands the basic biology. He seems to believe he's an offspring of a irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Okay.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
So as you wake up, did you roll for waking up, Kieran?
I have.
Okay. So as
I've got a pretty solid reason for why I'm sticking the way I am.
okay. So as you wake up from the door being opened, the shackle on your arm being undone, the guards gesture for you to follow him. You go down the stairs and you enter the same royal-looking abode that the other two. You join them on the couch. Now that you are all here, we have some business we need to discuss. For the two of you who just joined us, you've been asleep for about 2 days since we found you at the prison. All of the Black Circle has been reunited. Both prisoners have escaped, along with their allies, along with apparently the help of your two comrades. The council and the people want someone to blame, and for the time being, the three of you are the ones being blamed. Nefot, just when he was starting to trust you, was then attacked by the orc Strontar. The location of Muna found and stolen off of his beaten body. He survived, but he is running basically a petition to have you all guillotined. In the meantime, I am doing my best to pull favors where I can and keep you in my home for the time being, but if anyone sees you out of here, you'll be instantly arrested. So we need to get the story straight, and we need to figure out where we're going from here.
That is all well and good, but we are not the only ones that need to be protected. What if the tavern keeper is he still hidden? I mean, at the moment we've got two members of, well, not members but partners of the Knights of Justice, both with sensitive knowledge. They're out and about. That is no longer, well, clandestine.
The Knight's Thirst issue has been made quite aware to all of the military at this point. A few suspicious figures were apprehended, looming around the area. They claim that they have no intention of even going near the inn. However, if you mean Buddy the Orc and his wife, they are completely safe for the time being. Excuse me.
Good. Masar, I was pondering it recently there. Let me see, hang on. King, I remember it being mentioned, or I could be bullshitting here. There was I definitely remember, I think it was...
Your mic's doing that static thing again, sorry.
Oh, sorry, hang on, let me sit down, I think that helps it. Is it still doing?
Yeah, sit down, fat ass, quit using your knees.
Let me get on my standing desk. Was it Isaiah or Christoph who had mentioned it? Kieran, I've spoken to Kieran about it already. He doesn't remember. Can I roll for it would be history, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Remember something.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to think back. Was there a mention of somebody? I got a 20, by the way. Was it Christoph that had said something about they're in need of a tome and a gem to complete a ritual?
Yes, Christoph spoke about needing 3 components for a ritual, for whatever the ritual he's trying to do. They included some specific kind of stone and a book that he needed. He didn't specify what exactly, he just said he would need those things to do it.
I'm sorry, whenever we spoke to Christoph that night, he had mentioned about 3 artifacts he would need for the ritual of the Dark King. Now that they are together, all of the Black Circle all at once, they still need these objects. Now, we don't know what. We can only identify them as one as being a gem of some sort, and the other being a book. Now, I myself have no knowledge of what these may be. Is there anybody on your sources who might be able to identify them?
He thinks for a moment. I know not the knowledge of the book. You simply telling me he needs a book does not give me anything to go on, nor have any of them ever spoken of such. As for the gem, it is believed to be a stone about the size of your hand. It glows red, it even floats in the air, and it zaps anything that tries to touch it. We do not know exactly what it is, although it contains immense magical powers within it. Isaiah was in possession of it. Somehow it did not burn him when he held it. However, when he was apprehended, he was able to get it into the hands of some Black Circle follower, and they made off with it. It is somewhere within southern Durham, the last time we were aware of it, but we have been tracking it to not much avail. They keep evading us.
In southern...
Durham, that's the continent you're on right now.
Right, okay.
So if you look at the world map, it's like
Yeah,
south
I'm
of where
looking.
you are.
Okay. So what you're saying is they are in possession of the gem already. We do not even know about what the book is. Only that if they have the gem, they're likely seeking the book or already in possession of the book.
Indeed. The upside is, now that the Black Circle is all together, they are likely to part from one another anymore, so if they travel, they will travel together. Whether they bring your friends or ex-comrades along or not is yet to be unknown. However, the stone is not in their possession so much as it is in the possession of their contact. Over the course of 2 days, there's no way they have made it there in time. I've sent more troops to the area to try and discover it. In fact, and as for... in addition to the ritual, I believe they'll need a specific location. I have Harlequin searching for wherever they might show up. He is trying to find a ideal place that they might perform such a ritual, as I don't believe they can simply do it in some sort of underground bunker.
Understandable. At the start of this, we had little to no knowledge of the Dark King. Have we been able to find anything from scholars at all?
We have been doing research based on Kristoff's disturbed ideology. However, there is no talk of a god that goes by such a name. Kristoff supposedly spoke that this being, no matter how physically powerful it was, it had no actual standing in whatever dimension it is. Even if, and he puts his hand to his head, Kristoff could be honestly just lying to us all and making this up and doing this of his own fruition, but yet we need to check every possible nook and cranny of his story. We have the scholars searching, but as of right now, the best we can assume it is either some sort of godly figure in the world of might, which is where Eos dwells, or it is some kind of devil, but yet, of the devil lords we know of, it wouldn't represent any of them, so it is honestly just a being that holds no godlyhood to begin with, which doesn't make any sense.
Well, really is just a mentally ill.
It's possible. After what happened to that poor man, I do feel for him to an extent. He has absolutely lost his mind. Though that does not calm any nerves. A man as deranged as him likely cannot be reasoned with, which of us means he just needs to be dealt with one way or another.
He relies off his people like Strongtar and the others. You mentioned something about Strongtar attacking, is that correct?
Yes, from what we can derive from the arrows and skeletons, your encounter with the Black Circle was not the entire group. Arguably
no, that's right, he was missing.
Yes, well, it seems somehow Strontar was sent to where Nefot and the other guards were known. He attacked them, overpowered them, and found the location of Muna himself, and brought her with the rest of the group. Now that all 5 are missing, we can assume they are all together, which means now they are quite the frightening force, even more so than when there was only 3 of them loose.
Nefot, is he alive?
He lives, as I stated before. He lives, though, with a broken leg. He still attempts to not even go on bed rest. He is running campaigns not only to find the Black Circle, any trace of them, but he is also trying his best to have you all accounted as traitors to our city. I know that you are not, but, well, Vizindi, Barrett, as you have your history with our group before, you can assume why he, of all people, wouldn't be eager to work with you after this circumstance occurred.
Yes, I'm afraid I can understand that. Apologies for my memory, it's a little hazy. I've been conscious for very long, but I suppose he is right. We can't loiter. And then I sort of look over at Max and Dash Duncan to see what his input is in regards to this.
I'm currently in the process of just kind of like one of the I'm going to assume, because it was like a non-hostile, non-magical item, my pendant was left with me, my coin necklace. Yes. I'm just kind of like clutching it as I'm just like thinking, like I'm kind of like zoning out as this is going on. Like, you know, there's clearly something on my mind, like due to the situation that's happened, the fact that like I've only just gone through like the process of recovering. I've now got like more awareness of my thoughts, as it were. I can't speak for the others, but I can speak for us. And I could easily justify Nefot's thought process if he did want to hang us, but I can tell you this now. If we really were traitors, why were we there, left behind? If it was just a matter of us betraying what was going on here and trying to betray Westershire and the Knights of Justice, don't you think we would have left with them? You, Mazar, you understand. You know that we at least tried to help, but...
Can I answer for Mazar? I will go ahead and I'll just say sort of... fortunately, people don't look at that way. They look to see the simplest answer as they often see that is the easiest to deal with. They see 2 of our members, they run, they hide, they cower, they betray. Now they kill.
And that is why we are here as the Knights of Justice. We give the people more to think about. We fight on their behalf, and we give them a voice. Well spoken, Barrett. It is quite unfortunate that... What?
Vicindy, it's okay. I think the ruse is up.
I was unaware that you were only using the name as a cover-up. I was prepared for it to simply be the new you, but as you wish, my old acquaintance. We are in a position that is very hard to deal with. We currently... What is to happen with all of you is taken to a vote. I, along with Lady Amora, have voted in your favor, seeking that you can be of great use to us and simply just need a bit of redemption in fighting on our behalf. However, Nefart and Harlequin have voted to, at the very least, lock you up for being traitors to Westershin. The council members, the one has been slain and the rest of them were found, locked up but saved. They are currently debating on what to do with you, as they do not know you like the rest of us do. I am prepared to go before them later today and discuss your arrangements for your freedom.
Forgive me.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Forgive me for speaking out, but for a group that claims to be the people's voice of sorts, like, helping the citizens of this city see and think more about what's going on and helping them understand, two of your members sure are not really representing that well enough.
I would be lying if I said you were wrong. Perhaps a little history lesson for all of you, something Vizindi here already knows. A long time ago, the Knights of Justice, the part of the story that most people know, is that we were founded after the death of the Savior Six. They were the first adventurers, if you will. They were the first Knights of Justice. They were the rest of the mortal life, the rest of humanity itself, chose to cower and hide during the battle of the Light and Dark Wars. They chose to stand and fight for the sake of the life of all mortals. They chose to fight against immortals. They were inspiring. They were true heroes. They were arguably the most pure-hearted individuals this world will ever know. And then, when they brought us great peace so quickly, only 3 years later, they were taken from us and killed. By what, we do not know, but we know it was a great evil. From their deaths, we realized no matter what, no matter how much peace we had in this world, there would always need to be at least some who were willing to fight. Many adventurers tried to build themselves up to be just like them, and many were not caught out for it. The few that were eventually formed into the organization known as the Knights of Justice. Originally, our goal was to simply travel the world, take down world or even kingdom-ending threats, and protect the people of this land. And for a long time, we did just that. But as nations grew and societies became so much more complex, we were forced to either be considered rebels to the world, or we had to combine ourselves with the governments of the world and adjudicate criminals. We'd have to give them a chance rather than slay monsters and such. We needed to be given permission to go out, and now we simply just get a voice on some council. We truly have fallen from grace. This is not how it should be, but it seems over time we become less and less trusted as our members begin to dwindle as well.
I can understand that. Well, I appreciate you speaking on behalf of us to the council, but would it also be possible that I also let my voice heard as well?
I would not be opposed to having all three of you there to make your cases. It would show you would at least be willing to fight for yourselves and your freedom. Just be cautious on how you talk to the council. They are democratically voted. Only one is a warrior of the four. The rest would be any other citizen that you would talk to. They are just elected by the people, so they do not understand the world the way that some of us might, where there is a lot of evil in this world that needs to be dealt with in a proper way. Our way. We seek to do the right thing,
and cause as little destruction as possible. They are reasonable, to say the most, but they can be very quick to shut things down. I will do what I can to assist you. The best thing you can do is promise them that if they let you go, you would leave this city, and do what you can to stop the Black Circle before they ever attempted to come back.
Well, I mean, I can definitely make that bargain. I don't think I want to return here after experiencing what I have. But if I am going to go before them, I would like to bring someone who could potentially represent us, if that is okay. Because while you might have your reputation on the line, I'd rather you not have that Skaldi trying to defend us, if that's okay.
I appreciate that. You mean you seek to have legal representation?
Yes. With the... I can't even remember the fucking guild's name anymore, but there is... Within the city walls, there is a attorney of sorts. Goes by the name of Edmund. If possible, I would like you to summon him for us. He's someone who I wouldn't exactly call a friend, but he's helped me here and there across the country. He might be my best bet.
Very well, I will have this person searched for and hopefully brought to you before this afternoon.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Upon finishing my thoughts, in case you're typing out, try and ask what I mean with that character.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm double checking that I was right in my assumption.
Yeah, it is the boat. It is the backup.
Gotcha.
Upon finishing my statement, I go back to clutching my necklace. This whole situation has clearly disrupted my thought process quite a bit. It has really rattled me as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Missar, I have already noted this, but should the council not sway in our favor, although I hope to whatever is out there that it does, I hope you do understand that we will have to leave by other means should that become of necessary. Now, I don't require your assistance in that, just your, well, I guess your silence. We would appreciate it if you denied any sort of knowledge towards it at all, should it come to pass.
Though I hope it does not, I understand your reasoning. Alas, there was nothing I could do even if I wanted to help you, so my silence is the best I could give you in this circumstance. Though, I will at least can say here and now, before it comes to that, I wish you luck with where you go from here. As the rain begins to clear and the sun begins to rise, the village outside starts to become a little active. He looks out. I will have your things brought to you, and they will be prepared for you. Hopefully they can be handed back once the council approves, otherwise they will need to be stored in a secret location, he says as he stands up, fake coughing and everything. Yeah, it's a shame I'll have to keep them here afterwards. So, and then he walks out of the room, so...
Max, hang on. Duncan?
God damn it, I've been muted this whole time.
Oh, you silly
okay.
Billy.
Oh, you should have said
I said
something.
something funny.
What'd you say?
No, I'm not saying it anymore.
Okay.
Please?
This game is stupid.
You're stupid. Stop it. All right.
Duncan, what are your thoughts?
Unfortunately for you, my friend, it's still me. I've not let Duncan out since that night. I don't want him to feel like he's trapped and like he can't do anything in this situation. My thoughts. I haven't had to feel like this in a very long time. just as I was starting to feel like I finally had found something again that was close enough to family, and I let my guard down and it all gets stripped from me once again.
And it will. And that shit will continue to happen. It will happen again and time again. But so long as you're still here, that's what makes us strong, Max. The others, they let it overwhelm them. Takes over, and they turn to tribal means of terror and destruction, and you've seen what it can do. Problem with the others, they're just too diplomatic to see it. But we need to be strong. We need to be strong for the people of this city, the people of this continent, because they know the danger.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, and I will happily help you on this mission. Fuck, how could I have been so fucking stupid?
Max, you still have me. And you have Asher. And we're together in this. We will stop them.
We will stop Susk. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
We no, you're right. But I don't think we're going to be able to do it alone. There's only 3 of us, and the army themselves, they're not going to come with us because of their standing here and the fact that, let's face it, people of this city want us hung, or at least exiled.
I'm already hung.
Fuck off.
Hopefully,
Sorry.
hopefully things can work out in our favor. I really need something to go right.
It's true. Roman, we're behind on pretty much every front. From a power perspective and to an intelligence perspective. We don't know what they have. We don't know what they're planning. We're severely undermanned. This is all true. But, again, they don't know what's about to hit them. Now, come on. Keep your chin up. We can do this.
Sun's like
No,
hitting
I-
his face while he's saying this. It's like creating like a little halo on him.
No, admittedly right now you and Asher are both at least presenting as the stronger ones here, but I have a question.
Carry on.
If I was to put forward a plan, if I was to potentially get someone else to join us and make a little detour before we head south, would you trust me on that matter?
Well, you did mention we are under arms, so by all means.
Well, I'm
You
gonna
trust
take you. I trust you enough. While the others have broken my trust, I can safely say that despite your reputation, I do trust you. And because of that, I'm going to take you to the one place I never thought I'd go back to again. Because if we're going to do anything about this, I don't think this little club's gonna do too much good.
Of course. I'm willing to stay by your side, Max. Where did you have in mind?
We're gonna head back to my hometown. I probably mentioned him a few times, but the man in my life, my secondary father figure of sorts, the man who helped raise me, he used to be an adventurer as well. I'm gonna see if he's got anything that I could potentially use. He retired a long time ago, so maybe he might be able to lend us something. Anything.
Sounds like this is a huge deal to you. Are you sure this is what you want?
I'd rather not step back in that village. If that's what, if I could easily avoid it, I wouldn't. But considering our lack of arms and considering our lack of people, we may be able to pick up one if who I mentioned earlier is willing to tag along. But in terms of arms, I think our best bet would be to try and see the man I talk so bravely about.
Yes, well, As far as any sort of weaponry, at the moment, I doubt the city is in any position to bestow upon us any true weapons, so carry on. We'll grant council with the committee, see if they'll give us any leeway, but at the moment that is the plan. We leave here, we make break for the man's guardian.
Thank you.
And Max,
Yes.
we're right beside you, buddy. Don't forget that. We're
Aw.
stronger together.
I've got your back. Be my magic missiles.
No.
Thank you.
It's my ninja way.
It's his ninja way.
We all put our hands in the middle, Ninjago!
From now on, every time Asher does a spell, he's gonna do fucking like
a jutsu motion.
Yeah.
You frickin' weeb, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty
Eventually, hour passes. You guys are transported with a heavy guard transport. Are taken to the capital and the large castle-like structure. You are eventually brought before the guards. There's actually someone still trying to clean up the blood left by the dead council member.
Oh, Jesus.
On the council sit a woman with long, fiery red hair, an older woman with grayish hair, a man with a thick black goatee and metal-clad armor, and another scrawny-looking nervous man with loose, flowing hair and rounded glasses. Mizar stands next to you all as you are all there. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, I, Mizar of the Knights of Justice, bring forth the people in question. These three are adventurers. They are not of our city, they are not of our people, and they are accused of doing some wrong to us. I urge you to hear them out full force before making any rash decisions. And here to assist in them is their special counsel. And you all turn as the doors in the back open. There's a few guards laying in the room, and some let in this, he looks like he could be getting close to middle age. He is, got a soft smile on his face. He's in some white robing and some thick golden medallions, and he walks with a cane, even though he doesn't seem to really rely on it. He just kind of has it moving in front of him. He also doesn't really look at anybody in particular. He almost looks like he's looking off into space. Kieran, who's doing this? Am I doing it or are you doing it?
I will happily do this.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
already know who this is, by the way, because I was
You've
talking
talked
I
about
have
about it?
spitballed the idea with the sketching
Okay.
previously.
So
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm late.
it's Edmund's there. He addresses the council. Go ahead.
And before I do so, Max leans out, I kind of lean into him and I'll whisper something to him, and admittedly he doesn't look at me because he fucking can't,
Mhm.
but then
He's
he
blind.
kind of just he just he makes an expression of fuck it, all right, if that's what you want to do. Well, council, I would like to say that my clients here are, while they would like to be spared, and they are gravely sorry for their actions, and they can easily prove that they themselves had no intent to cooperate with Black Circle or their members, they will happily accept exile from the city limits if it means that they are given a chance to pursue them and potentially right their wrongs for the greater good of this country.
The older woman kind of sits up. You dare bring these trespassers to our city before us and claim that they just accept exile? They will accept whatever punishment we display upon them. You three, you are accused of betraying the city of Westershin. You and your comrades came in here with the sole intention of freeing the Black Circle, did you not? You seem to be allied with them rather, though your claims state that you were seeking to stop them from their anarchy. Those criminals should never even be brought into our city. We here seek to keep the peace with the people. This city is heavily fortified for a reason, but you just let these criminals waltz through our door. Sure, they were locked up, but it allowed their allies to come in and break them free. Now I have a mass panic on my hands, and in my district, I need to keep the peace now, more than ever. So how do you plead?
I sort of look over at our attorney, who I imagine isn't going to be too happy with me saying anything. But and then I just actually sort of correct myself and then sit back down again.
Now, counselor, I understand your proposition about wanting to keep the peace and such, but I would honestly go ahead and say that if you wanted to keep the peace, then and then he sits there for a moment and thinks, by engaging in the act of keeping these people locked up, you would not be able to satisfy the urges of the public by having them fully punished due to the crimes that they themselves did not commit. My clientele here had brought them in. Admittedly, yes, they did. But they had all the intentions to do good. Now, while that might not be present, the fact that they were viewed at the scene, battered, bruised, and very wounded, is enough to suggest that they themselves put up a good enough fight to then try and keep them there. But the fact that they were outmatched and outgunned meant that they could not keep up the effort long enough. Now, that would not make them traitors. That would make them traitors in the eyes of someone who didn't quite know what kind of court case they were going into. Now, I will say this right now, and I will say this clearly. Executing innocent people who have done no wrong, in and of itself, is actually, if you read the laws of Westerschen, not exactly a good look. Now, I will say this quite openly. I myself could not witness this if it weren't obvious, but I can clearly state with good intent that my client here, if they were to accept a punishment that they themselves weren't warranted for receiving, it would need to be exile, because keeping them imprisoned falsely and executing them on false terms is in fact against the moral code and the laws that Westerschen has instead set up.
Wow, he really did his research, guys. I don't really know. This is above me. I don't even get paid enough for this. How are we supposed to know how to handle him? Hold on, calm down, the both of you. Beatrice, the man makes a point. If they were supposedly allied with the Black Circle, why would they be left unconscious and near death? I've seen this before. It was simply an attempt to stop the group, and they were for some reason spared. The Black Circle does work in very mysterious ways. He has a point. I don't really think they are guilty. You cannot be serious. For all we know, they were nothing but a diversion. Oh, let's see, let's knock out a few of our own members and leave them behind for no reason. The Black Circle's basically a cult for all we know. Enough. I don't want to hear it from you. You work in the beauty parlor district for a reason. No, I oversee many men in this industry. All the soldiers listen to me for a reason. I understand a combat zone when I see it, and I investigated it myself. I don't believe they are guilty, and besides, we don't have enough proof that they weren't even barely witnesses to the crime themselves. They will tell us they are innocent. We can say they were guilty, but we have no definitive proof. The attorney is right. If we simply execute them, though might keep some peace, killing people that have entered our city will stop others from even coming here. He's right. Look, I'm willing to just kick them out. I think that's fair. Like, we don't want any of their business anyway. Just kick them out. And the armored one looks at all of you. I will say this to you three. I will agree to your exile. You are to never set foot in the city of Westerschen again on one condition. If you bring me proof that you have dealt with the Black Circle henceforth, then all charges against you will be completely pardoned, and instead you will be having our gratitude. I will not agree to this! Well, that is why there is a council, and the knights seem to enjoy their company as well. All in favor of letting them go, say aye. Aye, aye! Then the ayes have it. You three and your friends, should you ever encounter them again, are to be exiled. If you ever step foot in my city again, you will be promptly arrested and dealt with henceforth. However, if you are truly innocent, then you will go about to seek redemption for yourselves and remove your tarnished names from my list of criminals. I wish you the blessing of the gods. And he stands up and just walks out like he has no time for this.
I'm gonna sort of
He's so hot.
I sort of muttered to myself, by the gods, if that means fucking anything at this point. Council, I would like to well, I would like to forward a statement.
He stops before he leaves the door, and he just stands there, and the rest turn to look at you. Speak, criminal.
I speak not in regards for myself. I appreciate your ruling, and I do realize that it's a blessing. I do appreciate that, but I'd also like to acknowledge the jury in this, and I sort of turn and face the rest of the room. And I pick out just somebody in the crowd. You. How long have you been... Yes, you. How long have you been aware of this situation of the Black Circle?
I want to do it.
Okay.
Wait, by the way, this is like the Black Circle was a secret, right?
Yes.
It was a secret that they were...
Yes,
I
it was a
wasn't
secret.
aware. I'm terrified, though.
Wait, so... Yes, wait, settle down. You, in jury, you.
Me?
How long? No, god damn it.
Okay.
Me?
Oh, him.
Max just like literally turns
Is
to
it
dust.
me?
No, okay, no, I'm gonna continue addressing the jury. That one person that I pointed out, King. How long have you been aware of the situation going on with the Black Circle?
I have never even heard of the Black Circle. If anything, maybe I've heard it in passing, but I thought it was like a band or something. I didn't know they were some kind of criminal enterprise. The council should have told us this.
Indeed, this is ridiculous.
Exactly. You shroud and defend yourself by, well, sticking your head in the sand, ignoring it till it goes away, pretending like it's not there, instead of meeting it head on. And the day that we went there, the reason why the Black Circle were able to free their comrades, well, we weren't there. It was the guards. We have a severe, complete and utter lack of armaments in this city.
You see Miss R like swiping at his neck, like no.
And rightfully so. Knights of Justice, they're too afraid to say anything. So, I'm going to plead with you this. I'm not gonna sit here and make any demands. I understand I'm in no place to make any. But these issues, You, good sir, you look like a warrior. I address the one...
Like a
who's in
guard?
the council themselves.
Oh, the
Yeah,
council
the
guy.
guard.
Yeah.
The council guy, yeah, the
okay.
man in the armor.
Yeah,
He
he's
looks
like a general for them. Yeah.
You, do you not agree that there has to be some change? I'm sure you had men slaughtered to death there. You said you inspected the scene. You know how bad it was?
That I do. Believe me, for the longest time the council didn't even allow the military to get a vote. It took us years to do so, and finally we were able to elect one of our own under the council to advise in these situations. Though I often get outvoted, I agree with you. I do not know the truth behind your actions. I choose to believe you are just in what you seek to do, and perhaps you are the ones to save us from the Black Circle. And I speak to the three of you as well. There is a reason the four of us were spared and the other man was killed. He was a criminal that we chose to let loose. Maybe we didn't know, but do we even do background checks on council members? Of course we do. Do we really, though? My men have been told countless times that the likes of you have told them to keep quiet. So even I'm not allowed to know things. No, for far too long this kingdom, its military, although vast in the hundreds of thousands, has been instructed to simply keep the peace. Well, what peace can we keep when all the threats out there keep making their way in here and the people have no right to know? The people, excuse me, of course have a right to know. Sorry, it was that Mexican chili beef burger he had earlier in the day. Believe me, the people have a right to know, and if I gotta vote on this matter, well, you don't, well, I don't care. I would vote the people should be informed of nearly everything that goes on in this kingdom. They have a right to know who is in charge, that's why they pick you to represent them, and if you have a right to know, then so do they.
Sir, can I ask you your name?
Sure, let me write one. This version of the council doesn't have much identity.
Can I give him a name?
No, I figured as much, so I don't mind.
No, it's fine.
Can I give him a name?
No, you're gonna give him a stupid name, and he's supposed to be like
Walter
badass.
the Warrior.
No. We'll call
Well,
him.
Terry-
William Walter.
Oh, Terry.
Warrior Walter, General Warrior Walter, General Walter Warrior.
The theater of mind, I'm just picturing, you know, the image of the pit bull, like, face on?
Yep.
Like, you know, the Walter meme? Yeah, that one.
Hey, by the
Yeah.
way, guys, I gotta head out right now.
Oatmeal,
Yeah.
you
Called
bitch!
in. I know.
We'll keep the court busy for you.
Thank you. Love you. See you guys.
Love you too, cutie.
So I roll to have Asher start hitting the gritty.
Alright, fine, I'll just give him... Oh my gosh, I almost wrote that. I can't write that, that's Robo's racist. Let's fix that one. Okay.
Oh,
Ruh-roh, Reggie. Ruh-roh, racist.
Ruh-roh, that's Rhino racist. I am Nias Walter. I am Lieutenant General of here the forces of Westershen at your service. Also councilman of the, well, there should be 5 of us, but of the 4.
Lieutenant, I appreciate your role in this.
Well, it's
council.
Lieutenant General, so don't disrespect him by calling him Lieutenant.
Oh, okay.
It's General, you can just say that.
General, I appreciate, you know, your voice today. In my case, I really do. But I believe you have a lot more to discuss here than just our case. To be honest, I think there's a bigger issue in this city. We survived that attack literally by the skin of our teeth. If they chose to stay and wipe out the city, they could have at it. They could have. It is up to all of you. This is a decision for you to make, but I address the rest of the council members. I do sincerely recommend listening to this man's words. He is a soldier, as I am I, even a member of the Black Circle. Name checking, just to make sure, because I keep getting it wrong, and I want to make sure I get it right. Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Or
Isaiah.
It's Isaiah. He's not even African American. Like, why is he Isaiah?
Oh, it's because I've written it down wrong. Hang on, there's a Z.
Yeah, I put 2 E's, a Z.
Yeah, because I keep spelling it Iyzia, which
It's
is
Iyzia. Isaiah.
Okay, I got it now.
I'm gonna kick
Isaiah. He was traditionally a soldier himself. Disagreed with the matters of what he was delegated to do, and now, weak as he is converted to do what he does. People don't listen to soldiers like you and me. Me, myself, I'm, in all regards, a different type of soldier. But you know how orders can be.
They all kind of just like look at one another, the ones sitting down, and the older woman actually kind of like leans back. It seems after so long we have forgotten why we even formed the council in the first place. It was so the people could govern themselves, and perhaps we have taken some of that power away by withholding information. Perhaps, yeah, I mean, you know, perhaps we have much to deliberate on, and that's okay. That's our job, and we need to do what's right for the people. Ooh, I must say, the Goliath, he does have quite the way with words. Are you single? This is not the time. Look, just for now, the 3 of you just get out of our city, and we promise you we will take your words into due much consideration. Now, good day to you.
Well, I hope you weren't talking about me, ma'am, because I live within inside city walls. My clients, on the other hand, they don't.
Mazar just kind of grabs him, and it's like, no, you can come with us, you're fine. And he's just like starting to drag. At this point, Mazar is like sweating, and he's trying to drag all 3 of you out of there.
The thingy, the lawyer is just sitting there like, now you see, when you referred to me as the Goliath, were you referring to my monster cock?
Now, as you can see, I may not have a Goliath stature, but I do have a Goliath's 3rd leg.
Jeez.
And I was not talking about my cane.
Yeah, exactly. You fuck.
Your Honor, I would like to show it to the court.
Honor, I'd like to object to that and prove that my dick is long.
I would like to bring in the first piece of evidence, sir.
Your mother.
All right. So you are all escorted out, and the doors are closed as the council deliberates.
Yep.
And then Asher's like, "Yeah, guys, that was great. I knew we could do it. I had full confidence I could help us get through that." And he said nothing the whole time.
He was anxiously like scratching at the table, like, "Oh my god, I really hope we get out of here alive."
He found drapes and he was trying to claw into them like a cat, and it wasn't working. So
why won't my elvish hands do this?
even though he's an elf that thinks he's an orc but acts like a tabaxi. So
Yep. He's seen his dad do it one too many times. Was like, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should be doing.
and so that's what he was doing because he was nervous. So
upon being dragged out,
your gear is given back, by the way, so you have all your shit.
okay,
again.
cool.
Happy days.
I do pat Edmund on the shoulder, our lawyer, and I give him like a solemn nod, and he he looks at us. Well, I'll be waiting by the exit of the city when you guys are ready. You guys have only got 3 of you, and you're not going to be walking out there alone to do this, so I'll tag along.
Oh, so you get an NPC all of a sudden, I see.
Why not?
Whenever the second character dies before the main character.
we got to introduce him now, and then have him get the dramatic death instead.
The plan is still for you know who. That is still the plan in my eyes. That's how I want it.
I know what we're doing, yeah.
But
I do not. So that's one thing I don't.
That's if you're still cool. That's if you're cool with like what's going on right now, King. If you want me to like, if you'd rather have me like not drag Edmund along, we can also leave him here.
No, he can come along for now. Okay, I also want to say this. While you guys are making extra characters for now, that's fine. Bear in mind, the next campaign in my world will likely be like several hundred years later. So, just
you implied that by the book comment.
What book thing?
At the very start, I was saying like it's like a cool little artifact. Then you're like, oh, okay, somebody finds it.
Oh,
like 600
yeah.
years in the future. I'm
Yeah.
like,
so just bear in mind that like if you make a new character for now, it's fine if you want to introduce them, but then unless they're like Elven or something, they're likely not going to be alive for the next campaign. So just want to get that out there. So not like, oh, we introduced this new character, but now it wouldn't make sense for him to be be around for that one.
Yeah.
So
of course.
So just a word of warning to you. But yeah.
When it comes to the next campaign, if I am going to reuse like the template that I've set up for Edmund, I will probably just like rename and like change a bunch of stuff about him.
Which is completely fine too. But I'm just forewarning you so you don't like put a ton of work in him, and then it's like fuck, we can't use him now. So yeah.
No worries, man.
Okay, so just let you know that. He could come with for now. Anyway, it's fine.
For now, I'm cool with for now.
Just next time, please, I'm fine with it. It'll fit in. Just next time, please let me know that, because you're just
of course,
we're gonna have this guy who can fight with us now. So because then I have to calibrate for that. So
that's my bad. Sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I'll let it fly this time. It's rule of cool and all. He's Edmund's
rule of cool.
So okay. So yeah, he'll be waiting for you as he walks off into the city.
Much love, thank you, King.
So Mazar turns to you all. Well, that went better than I thought. And he lifts up his robe, and you see sweat stains. He's like, Vizindi, I appreciate the words you've spoken there. This city does need to change, and I believe if Westershen can make the change and give the soldiers, give the people, give the Knights of Justice a little more say, then the rest of the world will do so as well. And then maybe we can move forward to being better prepared for future events like this, should the gods forbid that they come or not.
I agree. I'm willing to look past my own difficulties. We do need to be better prepared as a city. We as adventurers will not be able to protect you whenever we're gone, and we will be gone for some time, it is worthy to note. Is there any way we can keep in contact with you? Some sort of spell or incantation?
Actually, I believe so. And he puts his fingers together and just whoosh, whistles really loud. And for a moment, nothing happens. And then from past the top of the building, you see wings, and what flying down, grabbing onto his wrist is a white owl.
Hey!
This here is Hideo. He is a close comrade of mine, and although he cannot speak words of wisdom to us, he can certainly spread them. And you see he has like a little backpack on him. He's like, he hands you like a little wooden thing. In case you can't do the whistle correctly, blow into this and it will summon him. Though it might take him, you know, he only travels around this continent, of course, but if he is able to hear it, he will come to you and he will transport a note from you over to me and the rest of the council and such. And so it'll be a good way to keep us aware. And now that he has seen your faces, he'll be able to find you should I need to call you as well.
I appreciate this, and this will be useful for staying in contact. Do not hesitate to write to us if you find anything regarding the gem and the tome that they are seeking, or just anything, general inquiries, if you will.
Of course. Also, I have something for you, Max, actually, and he pulls out, it looks like your club, but you have your club. This here is a bit more reinforced than the one you have. If you would like it, you're more than welcome to it. It might make things a little more safe for your other self.
I would love that. Thank you.
So it's a +1 club. Ooh! Just so you can hit a little harder with it. So yeah, he gives you that.
Lovely.
And then he puts his hand on your shoulder, Vizindi. Listen, you might, in the end of all this, wind up being a better Knight of Justice than anyone with the actual title, as it is just a title. A true Knight of Justice is in the heart. And you, my friend, if I can call you that now after so long, I believe you are the one to bring change to this kingdom, to our order itself. So just be careful out there. There are times where you have to fight with your life on the line, and there are times where you have to use your words to move others. So just know what situation calls for what. And be careful that the Black Circle, now that they are together, is more formidable than ever before.
Nassar, I appreciate your words. I'm not somebody to stay idle instead of speaking my mind. But I don't know if I can call myself a Knight of Justice. She said it is in the heart, but I sort of gesture over to Max. He is somebody that can defend a city. Somebody who knows well. He's a good man and a good friend. I believe you'll find good use for him here maybe one day.
Time will only tell, but I am confident.
All is well then. We need to be heading off.
Of course. And then you hear AJ go, can I be a Knight of Justice? Like now?
Please, do I get a level up as well?
Now. I want to do it now.
Can I level up? He's like, and before you go, and he hands you a piece of parchment, and it's a wanted poster. It's of a scarred up, very muscular looking orc. Just while if you plan on heading south to look for that stone and hopefully encounter the Black Circle, be on the lookout for Kuvak the Conqueror. He is, though only a minute threat to us for now, we have cause to concern that he is assembling an army of his own. So, should you run into him, well, let's just say it would look good to all the people here if you were to bring him down as well.
It would be best for us to smite him down now while he is small.
Indeed. Perhaps if it's not inconvenience, of course.
Oh, of course, but we will need to make any effort we can to make it as quick as possible. We may need men. I will message you through Hidal should we need any help for that.
I trust that you will. May the gods be with you.
Yeah. As if with you too. Thank you, Nassar.
He just nods as you guys take off. So, you guys gonna head out of the city then?
Yeah, we're gonna head out.
Kieran's place.
Yeah, we're gonna start heading in that direction. But before we do go, I am gonna do this just to make it a bit easier on things, so that it lines up more with like what King's already set up.
thought I was about to say before we do. First, a word from our sponsor.
No, not yet.
Raid Shadow. No, okay.
Not yet. I haven't received another email from them yet.
Oh,
but but as we're leaving, Edmund catches up with us, and you know, he's not got any of his stuff on him. Like, you know, it's clearly shown it. Like, you know, he's not ready for an adventure, and he's like, I'm gonna be honest. I was looking forward to tagging along, but as soon as I got home, my roommate had translated a parchment for me, and there is a very big price for a client in the city, and I'd rather not pass that up. You know how it is.
Kieran's correcting his mistake from earlier.
No, of course, I've got to. But that being said, I wish you all well. Hopefully one day we will meet again. I may not remember a face, but I definitely remember a voice.
We appreciate that, but well, even here, it's clearly the council have work to do. Any input from a lawyer such as yourself, well, it won't go unappreciated.
Well, of course, I'll do what I can for the city. At the end of the day, true justice is what matters. So, I hope you all have a nice travel, stay safe, and if the time comes where you return back to the city walls again, I'll happily buy you all a drink.
Well, I think that will be a deserved drink. Farewell, friend.
I agree. See you later, Edmund. Laters. I'll see you guys soon. And then he goes back inside, like, you know, my dude's completely, like, he's folded up his cane and now he's sprinting, like, giving off the impression of, does he even fucking need that?
Yeah, it's mostly, like, just an accessory so people underestimate him, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was a nice touch.
Everyone out here making their characters, Kieran out here voicing 4 characters at once.
He's trying to take my job, I gotta take him out.
I love it, okay? I love the elements of it.
It's good. I like it. It makes me feel in depth.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right, so let's make our way west.
Okay. I thought it was south.
I don't know the map.
Oh, we're making our way west to
Southwest.
make a quick pit stop.
Okay, to your old village. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what's the name of the village?
It actually hasn't got a name to my knowledge.
Well, then you're stupid. I'm just kidding.
Nice name generator.
All right, Kieran. Well, I don't have a village in that area, so Kieran, you can name it if you want.
Medieval name generator fantasy.
Oh, come on. At least I can come up with shit off the top of my head.
all right. Give me a second with that.
You guys are doing
yeah, give it like like a fantasy name.
Medieval village name generator. There we go. Fantasy town generated.
I got a stretch.
No, that sounds. Ooh, Maple Bell.
There you go.
I like that.
Okay, we'll call it that. Hang on, let me close my door all the way.
It was either that or Lake Helm, and I'm fine with Maple Bell. Maple Bell sounds like a really nice place that you'd go for on like a tourist trip for like when you're leaving Westershire.
Okay. Wait, Sketchy's getting a drink, right? Or is he?
Yeah, he's getting a drink.
Okay.
One of my viewers, Chrissy, just put in chat. Sounds like Canada. Random medieval Canadian village, Maple Bell.
Maple Bell.
The village's name will be Maple Bell.
All right, cool.
Okay, so
everyone's here.
Yes, you guys begin to set out on the forest road, traveling as you will.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Heading southwest towards the hometown village of one Duncan Max Gabriel, which isn't actually one, it's multiple. So, so yeah, the three of you travel alone because you have no other comrades currently. It'll take, probably a few days to maybe get there.
Of course.
But in due time, you'll make it. I'm confident, you guys, that you'll make it. But
of course.
So across your journeys, trying to like stretch this out a bit to make it a little more compelling, other than saying, "Hey, you walk for a long time." But
Well, I mean, you're welcome to, but natural explorer, forest region, it's kind of my shindig.
yeah, I
Also,
know.
you know what? It's your hometown. I would like to think you know how to get there.
Yeah,
I don't remember these trees.
I mean, yeah, it'll probably take you like a couple of days to get there, but
Of course.
it's fully a like a straight shot to an extent. Like you cross a bridge in between some mountains, and you walk over some like rivers with rocks and everything. You know, all the cool stuff that you see in like montages and movies.
I'd like to roll for athletics to throw some pebbles and like see how far I can throw them.
Okay, go right ahead. Yeah, you guys take a little pit stop. You know.
I got an 8. How far do I throw him, King?
You only a few feet, as it only skids like once and a half, and then just kind of kerplunks because you threw that kind of badly.
Fantastic, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm taking a waz off the side of the road.
You just stop
The
there.
pebble accidentally ricochets and hits his fucking leg.
Ow! And then he sprays on Asher's face. Yeah, dude. At least make it warmer next time so I can have a bath.
Sorry, buddy, I haven't had a drink in a while.
Why is it yellow?
Why is it yellow? It shouldn't be like that.
Oyster blood.
I mean, most pee has like 7% blood in it naturally.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
you always have like a tiny bit, but it's when you can see it that it's like a problem because it's like unnatural then.
Gotcha,
Asher,
okay.
Asher, I have bowel cancer. Asher.
I'm pissing blood, Asher.
Asher, do something. Yes, Jesse.
We're gonna use it as a distraction. I'm gonna piss blood and make it think I'm bleeding. Ah, no! Bleeding from my wound in my leg! Why is the wound
Okay.
so far down?
So, let me find... Okay, we're finally getting back on track of my notes here, too, which is nice. I didn't have to just make up a bunch of shit. Okay, so...
Hey.
After about a few miles from Westershen, your feet come in contact with a dirt path. The chilling air of fall begins to come through as you think about how the days are getting shorter and the nights are getting longer. The fresh air in your lungs feels good and rejuvenates your desire for your adventure. As you travel down this path for some hours, birds chirp as they fly in the sky. Travelers on horseback occasionally pass you by, and forest-dwelling creatures go about their days as you enjoy some playful banter between yourselves. As the sun begins to set and the sky above you turns orange, you spot some light sources up ahead. Several wooden buildings with a dirt path interweaving between them signifies the village over yonder. Several yards away to the right of the village, you spot some figures on horseback riding hastily towards the village. This is way too soon to be your village, Max, though you're not sure of what this place is. What do you guys want to do?
They're just riding hastily.
Yeah, you see 4 figures. They appear to be armed. You're not sure how nice they really look.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we're passing through here, it wouldn't hurt us too much to take a look, would it?
We could be in bandit encampment. We should dismount from here. I don't want to be in the open.
All right, we'll take off from the dirt path and we'll approach from one of the sides and just see what's going on.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Eventually the figures are hit, by the way, as you guys go to sneak in, they get off their horses and go into the village, so...
Okay.
So whatever you guys are gonna do.
I would like to approach slowly.
Okay. So you can go like up to the edge of the village without like being spotted.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Could I do like a? Would it be would it be investigation, or would it be?
It'd be perception if you're looking for things specifically.
Yeah. Nah. Never mind. I
Okay.
can't. Nah. Kieran, can you roll it?
Of course I can. I would love to roll perception right now. That's a 24.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So
No,
you
that's better than my -1.
you see the entirety of the village. It's pretty small. You see a sign that says Sancton, population 39. There's a bunch of crops, a little bit of a river, and some various like straw houses almost. The figures walking in are a band of orcs. From what you can loosely hear, they appear to be demanding the villagers hand over some of their food and supplies to support the orc efforts, whatever that means. The villagers plead that they don't have much. And the orcs say, "Look, we don't want to hurt anyone. We are simply under orders to require some resources for our people. I'm sure you can understand that." Yes, but Mr. Orcs, we don't have anything. You don't want this to get ugly, do you? We don't have anything, I promise you. We have nothing to offer. We literally live day to day with our resources for ourselves. Then you leave us no choice. And he punches the guy he's talking to, and they begin to try and loot the place. They actually begin to they knock over a fire, and it sets one of the buildings on fire. The people begin to panic as these orcs are trying to steal their crops and such.
Fuck this. You know what? Yep. If they're gonna try and do this, we're gonna fucking put a stop to this shit. I want to at least do something right.
Agreed. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys are gonna run in, and I need to make some quick changes here. Hold on just a silly little second.
What a silly little guy.
Fuck, I just deleted the wrong thing. Okay.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in myself. So...
You with me?
No, I'm not disappointed in you. You're cute. So, let's do this to make it a little less obnoxious. That's better. Okay. So,
My neighbor's dog's pissing me off. It's barking.
So, as you guys appear, you see the buildings beginning to collapse. You see some people knocked down and injured, and the orcs are chasing the people around and stealing their stuff. So if you are going to intervene, as you walk in, they do see the three of you approach. I will just play as Asher. Because he's a butt cheek. So
damn right he is.
So you guys can get to roughly about here. And then as you run in... Okay, easy.
Sorry.
You're so eager.
Yes.
Let's do that. And then, yeah. And then you're spotted. Adventurous! Deal with them! And so I'm gonna need you guys to roll a quick initiative for me.
Oh, for sure. That is a 14.
I got a 16. That's the first time I've ever beat somebody.
Wow, yeah. Okay, 16.
That's the first time he's beat me on initiative. That's crazy.
I think Asher's is a 1. Wow, Asher rolled a 20.
Nice.
So, yeah, and you got 14. There we go. Okay. And I put those there. All right. The orcs are going to roll. Got a couple of them here. Let's see. They get a +1. Okay. So these guys get an 11. And the other guy, he gets 15. Okay. So, I'm going to poop myself. No. So first up is Asher Jr., who isn't even here to enjoy his nat 20, because he's a bitch. I'm going to keep saying that because he left prematurely. All right. I'm gonna do a thing. So...
Falls asleep in the reeds.
Yeah, basically. No, he'll fight. He'll be your NPC helper. So he is going to... I gotta see how far he can go. Get there. He's gonna run... And... Oh, sorry. He's gonna run over here, where it's nice and safe. And he's gonna fire a magic missile into this dude.
All in?
At 2nd level, because fuck oatmeal.
Chrissy said bless you.
Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, Chrissy's nicer than you guys. No, neither of you said it, so...
I don't need to bless you. You know I'll bless you anytime.
Okay. So, it just works. The attack just works. So, he's gonna shoot 2 darts at this guy, and he's gonna shoot 2 darts at this guy in the back to kind of get him distracted. That's a 4, so they're both going to take 8 points of force damage as he flicks really rapidly with his fingers the white pulse orbs as they shoot into the chest of the guys. Just... And so they're both going to take some damage.
God, I love D&D.
We're
not even doing anything out of the ordinary, but I love D&D.
And that's going to be his turn. Next up is Barrett. What you doing, cutie?
Cool. I'm going to signal for thingy for Max to get this dude, if that's okay. So I'm just gonna sort of call over.
Run by the villager, yeah.
Yeah. You take the closest one. I'm going to try and go and help Asher, and then I'm gonna book it to there. which is,
Okay.
let me see, how far can I get to there? That's 15. That is 30, so I can get to there. Is that fair?
Well, hang on. So, how much can you move? You're here, so you went there. That's 20.
Oh, that's 20, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
And then, so there is where you can get with 30.
Ah, get you. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna start making my way up to here anyway, put it that way. Well, no, to this guy.
Okay. So
All
you're gonna
right,
run up
cool.
there. And you gonna do anything
actually-
else?
Actually, tell you what. I'm gonna try to use... Can I use my dash to get the last few feet? I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Yes, you can do. Yeah, that's your action. But yeah, you can do that.
That's my action, right? That's fine. And then I'm just going to... There's nothing I can really do for a bonus action anyway, so I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay. So that's your turn then. Next up is the Orc Eye of Ordeus, which is the spellcaster dude who's up here.
Okay, good sign.
He is going to... Got a lot of stupid shit.
God, I'm looking forward to using this spell.
He is going to just cast a... he's just going to cast his Arcane Bolt. And, he don't like that there's a spellcaster, so he's going to blast him. That is a lot to hit. That's a 21, so Asher's going to take... I know his HP, so... he's going to take... Oh, jeez, it's terrible. He's going to take 5 points of... 5 points of force damage as this guy shoots at him. Oh! And then Asher will say, "No, I don't."
Nuh-uh.
I'm the best roleplay here.
Keep in mind, this guy is roughly 20 feet up because he's on top of that building, so... all right, Max, you're up.
All right. So, upon being told to focus on this fucking guy, I'm going to do a funny because I'm within range.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off by casting Hunter's Mark as my bonus action.
Oh, boy. Okay, that's back already. Cool.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to follow up by using this brilliant spell called Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Oh, no, not this again.
And Witch Bolt to hit, that is a 19.
That hits.
All right, let's see how much damage it does. That is a 18 damage. Plus 4, so that's 22 damage total.
So what kind of damage is it?
Witch Bolt does, what is this? Lightning damage.
Okay.
And
Plus the 2 damage from Hunter's Mark.
I take it they're not wearing metal.
No, they're wearing hide.
That makes sense.
But you fire out the purple lightning, and it is big and powerful. You feel revigorated after your battle from before, your losing effort. It just fries this guy, just... and he just flops over.
Yeah!
Yeah,
and then with my... whatever's left of my movement, I'd like to...
I mean, you have all your movement since you didn't move yet.
Yeah. I'd like to move stealth. There.
Okay.
And that's my movement.
All right. It is the orc's turn. So this guy is gonna run at you. That guy's gonna attack Barrett. He's gonna make a swing. That is gonna be... That's an 18 to hit, which is not enough. So he's gonna swing, and you're just gonna block it. The other guy, he's gonna attack you, Duncan.
As he should.
And that's gonna be a 16 to hit. I think that's just enough, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's just enough.
So I get to roll that with his great axe, and that's gonna be 12 points of slashing damage as he brings the axe and it catches you on the collarbone. Just
nice. And then I'd like to use my reaction. I'd like him to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Of course you would. That's a 16.
Okay, so he'll take half of this damage.
Okay.
Which is how much damage? That's 15 damage.
So he'll
take half of that.
He'll take 7. Okay.
Yes.
So as you rear back, the cut forms the red veins. They go to your hand, and you blast him in the chest. It burns through the hide and his flesh. Just... And this guy's really hurting. He's really bad. Okay, top of the turn order. It's AJ's turn. I'm going to make this easy. He's just going to firebolt the dude up here. So, he's going to roll the hit. And that's a nat 2, so he's gonna miss. He's gonna shoot the bolt out, and the guy's just gonna, like, shoot his own, and they're gonna break in the middle, so...
That'd be so cool to see visually, though.
Yeah, just... and then he's gonna say, I didn't miss, and he's gonna bonus action to do it again. And that time it'll hit. So this guy will take 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
As he fires the bolt out, and it hits the guy in the shoulder, almost knocking him down. Alright. Okay. Next up is Barrett. What you doing, baby?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy, just the dude next to me.
Okie dokie.
So, first I'm gonna go ahead and, well... let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna make a swing with my longsword, and on that I got a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. That is 11 damage.
Alright, you swing out and you slice this dude's head off.
Right,
Wait.
and because now I have extra attack, I got 24 to hit.
You can't attack again. He's dead.
Oh, I didn't look over to roll 20.
He did say you cut his head off. He's not going to still be stood up, going, hey man, do you mind?
Cool, I cut his head off. Okay, I attack again.
I was too busy rolling. I got too excited because I now have extra attack.
About time.
All right. Tell you what. I actually go to pick up my javelin, realizing it's not there. Thinking back to
yeah, he has it.
Whenever Bjorn was there, I kind of cursed to myself, and then just I'm gonna start pacing it over just to this dude. So that is, give it 10 feet for movement, vertical.
Well, he's 20 feet up.
He's 20 feet up.
He's on top of a house, basically.
Alright, I don't know. What is my athletics? Or acrobatics, isn't it? It would be an acrobatics check, wouldn't it?
Yes.
No, okay, I wouldn't be able to even climb that. Fuck.
Well, you can get up here on these logs, which are like 5 feet up, and then it gives you like 15 to jump to.
Alright, that's fine. Could I... Hang on. What's that? That's 30
Civilian.
feet. And then that's with movement over river, wouldn't it, too?
Yeah, so that's actually 10, 20, 25, 30.
30, so... Right, okay. I'll just start making my way here, then.
Okay. So you trudge through the water and you run over there. Next up is the Eye of Ordeus. And he sees you running up to him, so he's going to cast a magic missile at you. Okay. And joke's on you, bitch. He's going to upcast it to 2nd level, and it just automatically hits. So...
It's force, isn't it? It's force damage, right?
Yep. Well, and there's no, like, save or anything. It just lands, so...
I
so that
I was thinking about using absorb elements, but it's force.
Yeah, it's force. So that's 4 times 4, and he brings the white orbs together and fires them out with his fingers, and so you're going to take 16 points of force damage. Although you tank the hit, it still hits in you. It's like getting punched through your armor, just...
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 16 points of damage there.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn. Max, you're up.
Right. Just to double check, it's nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah, it's late. It's like evening right now. Like the sun is starting to set.
All right, cool. I would like to cast Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Which is a bonus action. So, there I am. I essentially make this sword materialize within my grasp, like from like the shadows that I conjure myself in the darkness around me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to roll to hit with a 20.
That'll
That's
hit.
a 17.
Oh, that still hits, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I am going to plunge it through the stomach of this guy for a whopping 10 damage.
All right. You bring the blade through, just the shadowy blade cutting through him. He looks like surprised that it would actually even work. Blood gushes from his mouth as he drops to his knees. Pulling the blade through, he slumps over and dies.
Upon making that kill, I do step on the... I put one foot up on the body, like as if, like, this is fucking easy. And I call out to the one on top of the house. Now listen here. These people, you will leave them alone. If I have your word, I will let you go now. But I swear, if you or any other orc comes here trying to steal these people's resources and ruin their lives, I will hunt you down and I will exterminate you all. And I'm going to roll for intimidation.
Okay.
That is a 19.
19. Okay. The glowing eye that comes from it. When you look at his face, you see he has one normal eye, and the other area, there's like no pupil or anything. It's just like a glowing green with like some mist coming off of it. He snarls at first.
Very well. You leave me no choice, I surrender. Your skills are too much for mine. However, Kuvak the Conqueror will come for this land, and he will claim it all with his army of orcs. So, if you truly seek to defend this place, be warned, you will have to be mighty enough to stop the greatest orc that ever lived.
And then he's going to book it and jump down and run away. Because your intimidation worked, so.
Yay.
Is that Kieran's turn? Kieran?
Yeah, that was my turn.
Yeah, that's his turn. There's no more orcs. AJ, he's not going to fight. He's just going to be like, well, that was easy. Those guys were, like, stupid, right, guys?
Yeah, they were stinky.
What are you doing?
I'm going to tend to this guy, because he's sideways. I'm assuming he's pretty injured.
Yeah, he's down and out. The guy inside is trapped under debris. This guy, he's just unconscious. He's, like, knocked out. He was the guy that got punched.
Okay.
Wait, this guy?
Yeah. The guy at the bottom, he's just like he's just out cold, but he'll be fine.
Right, that's fine. I'm gonna sort of bend down and tend to this guy. I'm like, "Are you hurt?"
You actually see he was like cut in the scuffled. He's bleeding pretty bad. I don't know if it doesn't look fatal from what you can tell, but he's hurting.
That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and use lay on hands.
Oh yeah, you're doing paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm yet to fucking use it.
Well, how much are you using?
How much? Can I ask how much does he need?
I didn't designate an amount. I'd say, let's say this. If you give him, like, 4 points, it'll close up. He'll still be, like, injured, but he'll just recover on his own, no problem from that, so.
Good enough for me. I'll give him 4 then.
Okay, so you lay on. The wound, as you watch, it's still there, but it closes up, so now it's just, like, a red, like, scar, almost. Oh, thank you, sir. I'm grateful for you coming to save us.
You're welcome. Is there anybody else close by that needs aid?
That building collapsed on Old Man G's. You gotta help him. And he's like pointing to this building over here.
Jesus Christ. Kieran.
There is no Jesus in this world. He's a wonderful person, but that's only in real life. So you gotta say like, by the gods or something like that.
By the gods. Max, come here. Help me with this debris.
All right, I got you.
All right. Wait, I wanna help too. And he falls in the water and gets pulled away a little bit, and then he has to like climb out.
Yeah, I was gonna say he ends up like down here somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I need one of you to roll athletics to try and like pry this shit away, and then if Kieran, you can give like the help action if you want.
Yeah, I would like to help.
And so you can roll with advantage to help.
All right. So with advantage, I got 27.
Oh, yeah. So together you're both able, it takes you like a good minute or so to kind of clear it. There's like rubble from the structure of the house, and then you're pulling like chairs and furniture. Eventually you're able to like kind of clear through it, and you're able to get to this guy. He looks like something broke almost because everything fell on him. He can't really get himself up, but he's like, oh, thank you, sonnies. I can at least breathe now. Oh!
Let me see. I'm gonna see about, can I do lay on hands again?
If you have points to give, yes.
How many will it require?
If his back is broken, probably all you got left.
I have 6 left. Is that gonna be enough?
It'll ease the pain in him, and probably it'll take him time to recover, but he won't die, so...
Just to... Let me see. Right, okay, yeah. Fuck it, fine then. You can have all I have, you greedy bastard.
So some of the other people run over and try to, like, start helping as well. Alright, so you give him the last of your points, and you hear almost like a bit of like a fix, like he goes like, ah! And you hear like a as like it seems to fix his back a little.
Okay.
He can very steadily, like wobble his way back up, and they're gonna, like, grab him and, like, carry him away to, like, a better place.
Is there still a fire?
The fire, the other people, you know, there's more people in the village than that. The fire was being handled by other villagers. This is just part of it here, where the orcs were.
Awesome.
The fire's being taken care of. A small halfling runs up to you guys. I don't have a picture for him, sorry.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Joseph. I am the mayor of this here town. I managed to get that fire put out, but it seems the orcs have been dealt with by the likes of you. I see some grisly-looking corpses, my goodness, but thank you so much for helping us. If you need a temporary place to stay, I offer one of our residences.
Thank you, but, well... Initially, we weren't planning on staying long, but looks like you could use the armaments. What do you say, Max?
I say we stay tonight. I don't think that the orcs are going to be coming back anytime soon, but... And I look down at the halfling. I will tell you this, as soon as you can, try and get word to the other villages nearby if there are any. I was completely unaware of this one being here, so there may be more that I don't know about.
I'll be sure to do so. I mean, those birds come here every few weeks, taking more of our supplies than we can afford to give up. But we don't have the manpower to stand up to them. When they first started coming here, they had nothing but clubs and cloth pants. Now they come with swords and armor. The rumor is some orc tribe leader he's bringing them together and he's assaulting these villages, and we don't have the means to keep up with it. I'm glad some people were able to scare him away, but if their boss finds out, he'll probably be really sore with us.
Yes, Korvac, we've been briefed enough.
Kuvak,
yes.
Kuvak.
Kuvak, yes, Kuvak, right? Kuvak.
Yeah, Kuvak the Conqueror is so he's called.
Kuvak the Conqueror, okay.
Hey, you pull out the poster. Have you seen this man? Ah, it's the maniac! Take him away! Take him away! Sorry, I had to do it. He doesn't really know what the guy looks like, but yeah,
That's okay.
It's a common occurrence for them, so.
Alright, that's fine. Yes, we've been briefed on his, going-ons here. We think that it would be best if we bunker up, stay for a while anyway. Or maybe and see if we can get word out to the city. Maybe they can better defend these areas.
Well, considering how far out we are, they might not be able to do that. That's what I'm thinking. I agree with staying here for the night, but I don't think we should stay much longer than that. We have more pressing matters to deal with, and if we can try and get... Now I'm going to regret saying this, but... If we can try and get Rizla and Bjorn back, if we could try and make them see our way, make them realize that we are right, we can easily put a stop to this guy before it gets too serious.
Max, I appreciate your need to see good in people, but eventually you spend so much time trying to see the good in one person, maybe too late for the others. I fear that your faith is misplaced, but I think we should see the here and now. Look at this place. It's not well defended. They have barely any armaments to themselves. Granted, we would need to wait a few days even to see any of the army come, and even if the army did come, well, it would take some of the forces off the city that they need themselves to defend. So it's up to yourself. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. I do agree that my faith in people is misplaced at times. But considering the fact that what we're doing right now is trying to make a better effort to then help people. If Bjorn truly wants what's right, despite what he's done, and I'm going to be honest, I fucking hate him for it. But I'm willing to give him a shot if he understands the error of his ways. Now, you've got that bird of yours, right? The one that Mizar gave you.
I do. Well, I can call him.
Send a letter back to Mizar. See if he's able to send any people out. From what the mayor said, the orcs only come round every few weeks at a time, which means that they might not be close enough to invade this place quick enough before the guards arrive. If they're able to dispatch people, we could already, send the letter out, hit the road, and let them know that it's relatively urgent because it does involve a case that they've got on their watch.
What we just saw was a tax collector. That was nothing. Now that we've taken them down, I mean, you heard the orc themselves. They'll double that, if not triple that, the next time they come here. They'll burn the place to the ground. You there, halfling.
Yes, sir.
I throw him a sword. And does he catch it?
Yeah, he catches it in both arms, and it kind of like bends him down a bit, and he's like able to like pick it up. He's like, "Oh, good heavens! What is this about?"
Halfling. I want you to hit me.
I'm sorry?
Hit me. Come on, do it. I need to know that you know how to defend yourself.
I'm only elected because I'm good with my words. And he holds it up, and like he's struggling to hold the sword, but he's just able to keep it up. This is a mighty weapon. Are you sure you helped us? I don't want to hurt you.
Let me see. Come here. I sort of get behind him and sort of raise his arm. I put him into more of a stance, as like put my foot behind his leg, right.
I mean, keep in mind he's like 3 feet tall, so.
Yeah, no, I know. But
your dick rests on his shoulder.
Is it like too big for him, or?
It's a little big for him, but yeah, he's able to keep it upright. You just don't know how well he could swing it.
Good enough. Hang on, I have like my hands over his hands. I'm like, right, okay. Stand feet a little wider apart. Come here.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Now swing.
At nothing?
Yeah, I need to know that you can swing.
And he swings, and he kind of like rolls over, but you do hear like a whoosh as he swings. He put all his might into it, but then he like rolls over onto his side.
That's good. See? That wasn't so hard. I mean, yes, you'll need to learn. You'll have to defend for yourself for a wee while. We need to make sure that you know how to take the armaments from these guards. You'll need to learn them. And I look over to the children. I assume there's like windows in this place or something. I can see the kids outside.
Yeah. They were staying away from all the conflict, but.
Okay. Those kids out there, I worry for them. They will not be able to defend for themselves, so you must. I know that you're more democratic in your role here, but... Well, unfortunately, you know yourself, these guards, they don't speak the word of tongue. They will come down, and they will come down fast. And hard. You need to know that you can protect yourself.
I thank you. We need people to teach us to be better. I wish I was strong enough to support my people better than I can. I'm simply just a message bringer. But you're right. I'll find some people more capable. And he goes to try and hand you your sword back.
I'll take it, and then I'm going to sort of say, it's okay. We'll be here for a wee while. I can try and show you what I can over the few days, but it is up for you. You need to practice, along with all the others. Show the kids if you have to, but something needs to be done to defend this place.
You have our gratitude, and you're welcome to stay here as long as you can. I'll have them round up the orc bodies and take their stuff, or rob them blind like they've been doing to us. You hear that, people? And he like runs out. He's like, his body like jiggles a little because he's like kind of heavy set. He's like, grab those axes! Find me some capable men! We're gonna protect this place! And then like some people start organizing better, so.
Cindy just sort of laughs at him and looks at Max. He's like, reminds me whenever I started adventuring. What about you?
Well, in terms of when I started adventuring, I tell you what, Duncan couldn't wait to get out on the road itself. He always very excited about the idea of an adventure.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was really excited too, you guys. Like, you know, I just walked out of my home and it was crazy. And then this vampire ran into me. He was really big though, like you, Barrett. He's really big. And then I was like, hey, you owe me some health. And he was like, I'm too busy. So then I started following him around. And then I found these other guys. Wait, that was you guys. And now we're here. And then I got stronger. So I'm glad to be with you guys. Yeah.
Glad to have you with us.
That's the best Asher I can do. I'm sorry.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Anyway, there's plenty of work here to be done. Max, I appreciate that you want to make haste. If you really do want to go, you can go. But at the moment, I do think that these people need to be protected. At least until some form of armament arrives.
I'm not going to go on my own. Look, I heard what you said about me back in the city, but I'm not strong. Like, where we're going, I'm not strong enough for that. I might be strong enough to take several people in a fight. I might even be strong enough to kill an orc with a single blow of lightning. What awaits me there, I'm not going to do alone. I'd rather not.
No, that's understandable. I'll be here for you. Then I say that we defend this place. These people will surely die without at least just a wee while until we can get some sort of form here.
We'll stay 3 days tops, but I want you to send that message out now, whilst
Don't
we're
worry.
settling down.
It took about, 2 days to get here, right? You said 2 days?
About that, yeah.
2 days. 2 days, okay. Well, it took 2 days for them to arrive last time. That should be just enough to, or 2 days for us to get here, so that should be just enough for reinforcements to arrive. And then I'm gonna whistle for the owl.
You know you have a bird caller, right? So
Yeah, whistle. Yeah, sorry.
you're gonna use that. You're just gonna you blow into it just and yeah. It'll take a few minutes, so you guys do whatever. But eventually, yes, you hear the flapping of wings, and he'll land on like one of the debris areas. Whoo, whoo, and it has like a little backpack that you can like pop open and put like a note in. There's like parchment in there that you can write on if you want.
Ash is there like, what are you saying who for? You know
Yeah.
who we are. This is...
Yeah, I'm Asher. That's Barrett, but he's got another weird name, I guess. And then that's Max or Duncan or whatever he feels like being called. So you already know, bird guy. You know. Who?
Dumbass!
Who? Us, the adventurers. Who? Who I told you about. Who? Exactly who I'm talking about. Who? Okay, you're getting me mad now, man. Like,
You're really yanking my chain, buddy.
Yeah.
It's like, can you shut the fuck? Please, I'm trying to write.
Max is trying to calm him down, and you're just getting like heated.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna, while he was doing that brainlet stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and write in the parchment and put it in the owl and signal him away.
Okay, and yeah, he flies up and he like circles a little, and then he takes off in a direction you can assume leads back to Westershen. So,
Right, cool.
He sticks it in the owl. Like, directly it.
he shoves it in its pooper. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, don't do that to
He's-
Hadal. He's nice.
You get Hadal keysters the parchment.
Whoo! Yeah.
Prison wallet.
Max, now that the dust is settled, it's up to yourself, of course, but it might be a good idea to maybe let Duncan out of the bag for a wee minute. I'll try and think of a story to tell him. I'm not entirely certain. Any idea what you want me to tell him?
I respect the idea of that, but I've kept a pretty strong hold on him for the moment, and I'm worried that if I let slip, he might not be so willing to go back in if he sees how close we are to home. He doesn't know. I want to keep him at bay at least until we've passed through.
With all due respect, I'm aware that maybe you can only hold on to him for a certain amount of time, but It's not him that I'm worried about getting out of the bag, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. And I worry about him too.
It might be worth you resting for a while. Let Duncan do his thing in a town that he doesn't even really familiar with yet. Means he doesn't know that we're heading home. Gives you a minute to rest.
You're right. I'll do my best to make sure that he's the one who comes out tomorrow. I usually don't have control of this kind of thing. Like, I might be the more present one and the more active one, but whoever slips through, it's really out of my hands. But I'll do my best to make sure it's him.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I'll do what I can. Maybe try help arm the civilians for now. Try and teach them just the basics. See what we can do. If you want to get rest now, it's up to yourself. We've been traveling for a while.
Yeah, I think I will. I appreciate it. If you need anything, please come knock.
Yeah, that's okay. Sure, you can hit the bunk too. I really don't.
Oh, thank goodness! I'm so tired of literally shooting my firebolts. You guys make me work so hard, and he just like he like scampers off.
Yeah, you
like the exact usage of the word scamper is perfect. It's like he trots off like he's got nothing better to do. He's like, yep.
He walks like Mr. Krabs, like All right, I think that's a good stopping off point. I know we don't have much. We'll say that's where the session's gonna end. We'll just say we cut away from this, and we go somewhere off in the distance.
Okay.
Far away. Running through the forest, the feet scampering, the glow of the eye shedding the way. The orc runs. I can't believe it. Making me have to run, turn tail like this. Insolent adventurers. I can't believe it. If they're this strong, they could prove to be a threat. I don't know. What am I gonna do? And he bumps into someone. Sorry, You? Well, weren't you supposed to be raiding that village? Where are the rest of the guys? You don't understand. They're adventurous. They got in our way, we couldn't get any supplies. I'm the only one that survived. What? You ran away? You know orcs aren't supposed to run from combat. We charge through with our lives on the line no matter what. Don't you think I know that? But you don't get it. They took us out with ease. They're dangerous. They could prove to be a true threat to our problems. Indeed, but Still, you have to be careful. Well, it doesn't matter. We just won't tell him. He'll find out. He always finds out. Finds out what? And they turn, and a metal footsteps enter in front of them with a band of orcs behind them. A very disfigured-looking orc with a very grim expression on his face. You have a lot of nerve to try and keep something from me. Look, boss, I'm sorry. Lord Kuvok, the adventurers, they intercepted us. And so what? What makes you think you deserve to stand before me now, a turned coward? Sir, they took us out with ease. There were only 3 of them, but they could prove to be dangerous. They were casting spells. My magic was not enough. If you were not enough, then you are not enough for me now. And he quickly draws a blade and slits the throat of the orc, killing it. Pathetic weakling turned tail and ran. The rest of you, find the village of Sancton. In a few days' time, perhaps, we will take it as for all it is worth, and then destroy it and everyone in it. No one defies Kuvok the Conqueror. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.